What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right. Woo, we're going to get into it tonight. Just give me a second. Let me get everything lined up, straightened up. You guys know how I do each week. Come flying here at the last minute, trying to make sure everything is right. All right. So as you guys know, please drop a 1 in the chat. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me okay and see me okay. I know you have seen the thumbnail for tonight's live stream, and you have seen the title of this live stream. Man, seems like there's always a little bit of controversy going out here. And when it happens, you guys definitely let me know. So on tonight's radar, one of my subscribers sent me a link and told me to check this out. Thought it might lead to an interesting conversation, and I agreed. So here we are, guys. We're going to go ahead and get into it tonight. But give me a second. Let me check in over here on the Facebook crew. Want to make sure you guys are up and running, live and in action. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Want to give a big shout out to the Facebook crew. Really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Have you guys up, live, and running. Oh, man. All right, so let's get active in the chat. What have you guys been doing over the weekend? I mean, you see, I've been getting a little busy on the video side of things, trying to put out some more content for you guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. And, something tells me we might have a few special guests, checking in, some guys that are new to the channel that haven't been here in a while. So want to give this intro, guys. Everybody here, well, everybody is welcome. This is a channel for everybody. We are building a community of like-minded guys. We want to get out there on the water, have a little bit of fun, make the most of it while we can, while we're out there on the water. And also, as you guys know, we get into the electronics thing sometimes. So whether you are running Garmin, Lowrance, or Humminbird, that's what I run. I run Humminbird, guys. You are always welcome here because there are guys that are going to be on this channel that are running each one of those systems. So anytime you're having any issues or questions or anything like that, always feel free to get active in the chat and drop that in there. Just wanted to give you guys a few minutes for people to trickle in into the live stream. And also, please take note. There is a poll in the chat, guys. And the question of the evening is, why do you fish tournaments? So we do have, kind of a nice crowd of people that fish tournaments. And we also have some people that don't fish tournaments at all, that do a lot of fun fishing. But for tonight's topic, we're going to talk about the tournament side of things and, just kind of get people's opinions and thoughts on that. And also the other thing, make sure you guys remind me, I will be dropping the link in the chat. So that way, if you guys want to come up here and kind of voice your opinion, what I'll do is I have a little timer here so I can, hit the a 1 minute timer on here. So I'll pull you up. Just make sure you are cammed up and I'll let you voice your opinion on the topic. Just give your thoughts and ideas and, maybe some suggestions and things like that, maybe from your point of view or things that you have experienced in the tournament fishing world. And, the more you've been into it, the more your thoughts and ideas and things like that kind of change. And you start to see what's really important in all of this that we're out here trying to pursue, guys. So once again, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Want to give a big shout out to the money team. Those are the guys that you see in the chat that have the badges right next to their name. And if you are interested in supporting the channel, just click the join button down below and it will give you the information as far as the perks and everything that comes along with it, which is one of the main things is, like I said, you will see that badge next to their name and it kind of makes you stand out in the chat. So when things get to moving kind of fast, I can always pull up the members of the money team, just pull up their messages and make sure I get to those. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see who we have tuning in for the evening. And don't forget, make sure you guys get active on that poll. And definitely, I can see that you guys are getting active on that poll. Really appreciate that. All right, want to give a shout out to the money team getting right into it. Joseph checking in. He says, don't forget to smash that like button. Yes, really appreciate that. Let me just double check. Let me just take a look at these likes real quick. It really does help the channel out, guys. So I really appreciate everybody who gets in here early and hits that like button. Oh, my goodness, guys. The likes are not looking good at all. Can I get maybe about 3 or 4 people to set the hook on the like button? I mean, it really does help the channel out, guys. Really appreciate that. All right, big shout out to Joseph. Let's see. We have Joshua B. Fishing checking in. What is going on? Really appreciate you coming in. A very strong supporter of the channel. He says that he fishes for the thrill of competition and it makes him a better angler. And that is in response to the question of the evening, guys, which is, let me just pull that back up real quick. As you come into the chat, just make sure you take a look at the poll and drop your answer in there. But why do you fish tournaments? We have the choices are going to be, do you fish tournaments for the money? And I hear that a lot, and I think that's kind of interesting. I'll get into that in just a little bit too, guys. So for the money, or do you fish for the awards and the recognition? So, whether you're winning money or not, you want people to know, like, hey, I'm the big man on this lake. Everybody knows what I can get out here and do. Or is it just the thrill of the competition? So whenever you're there, you can smell, with those motors, the motors and the, what is that? The exhaust coming off of it. See the fog across the water, hear all those motors revving up and that talk and that announcer. And then when he says boat number 1, I mean, you feel that thrill whenever you take off and go flying across the water, 65, 70. I know some of you guys out there in those bass cats running 80 miles an hour as you blast off across the water. Just the thrill of the whole event. Is that what you fish the tournaments for? All right. And then the other thing, which I'm kind of interested in seeing how this is going to play out. But do you do it for the business side of things? There are some people that are fishing tournaments. They may not be looking for that first place finish or anything like that. They're out there to promote products or, just whatever type of business that they may have. So they're out there for promotions and for business purposes. So those are the options that we have. Make sure you guys check that the poll that is over in the chat. And wait a minute, guys, we have to stop the show. I think we are getting things started a little early over here. We have Edward Ragsdale Fishing checking in. Really appreciate you. He hit the channel with the $9.99 super chat. And what I say each week, guys, is whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, show support for the channel, they are the sponsor of the live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, everybody that comes in and finds value in the channel. Really appreciate that. Edward Ragsdale Fishing. And if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see that it says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Mark Scott. Mark Scott was the sponsor for the last 2 streams. So he's out there doing a big, very strong supporter of the channel. And he is also a member of the money team. So what I have to do is just bear with me real quick, guys. And hey, we're going to get into the content today, because like I said, make sure you guys remind me, because there's been 1 or 2 times where I have forgot to drop the link so that I can pull you guys up to allow you to voice your opinions, which always makes for a great show. And just keep in mind that you need to be cammed up. Make sure your lighting is good. Also, just give a good presentation to the people that are watching. All right, so let me hop in here real quick. And what I have to do is update this banner real quick. The current sponsor of tonight's live stream is Edward Ragsdale Fishing. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. He has a YouTube channel. He's over there getting things started. So we might be politicking a little bit on that, but really appreciate that, Edward Ragsdale Fishing. So let me just hop in here and change this from Mark Scott to Edward Ragsdale Fishing. All right, let me make sure I spelled that right. I always have to put some respect on your name when you're showing love and support for the channel. Really appreciate that. All right, so now if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you will see the banner now reads, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Edward Ragsdale Fishing. Really appreciate that. All right, and let me hop back into the comments real quick. I'm just going to give a few shout outs, guys. I always like to give recognition to the guys that come in, get active in the chat, because the live stream itself builds off of the responses and the participation in the chat, guys. So really appreciate that. All right, so let's see who else we have checking in. I see some familiar names checking in, and big shout out to Vernon Neal. Vernon Neal is always getting active in the chat, whether we're doing the on the water lives or we're doing the the weekly live stream. So really appreciate that. All right, then you guys hit me with the 1. Let me know that the audio is good, video is good. Shout out to Big Ivy Fishing. All right, member of the money team. Always got to hit the hand claps for that. All right, then we have Luis Garcia checking in. Really appreciate you. And we have another member of the money team, Dodie Fishing. He says, alive and fishing. All right, and let's see. Edward Ragsdale Fishing says, I fished the wild card. Oh, okay, so you're fishing the wild card. All right, so yeah, I'm interested. If you already answered the poll, just put your answer down in the chat also, just so we can kind of put the names with the responses. So you were fishing the wild card. So do you fish the tournaments for The options for this evening are: do you fish for the money? Are you out there trying to get that first, second, third place check, trying to advance through the ranks? Are you fishing for the awards and the recognition? Or are you fishing for the thrill of the competition? And the third option, are you fishing for business reasons to kind of advance some type of business that you have? All right. Then we have Umberto checking in. Umberto says, hi, Money Bass. What's going on? Really, really appreciate you checking in. All right. Let's see. Steve Nielsen, what is going on? Another member of the money team and a new member of the channel. Really, really appreciate you getting in and getting active. Really appreciate that. All right. So let's see. We're about to get things started. Joseph is always getting here, getting active. He says, gonna put this out there, gonna try to be extra nice to you tonight. You've taken enough of a beating after that struggle to take Hawk's money. Hey, what he is referring to, guys, is I do a on the water live battle of the anglers, where this week I was challenged by none other than my nemesis, Chicken Hawk. We finally met up out there on Lake Neely Henry, and I had to kind of put the smack down on him. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad of a beating. The lake was kind of tough, but if we have some time, I will get into that towards the end of the show. All right, so we have Steve says getting over a cold. Hey man, I mean it's like that sometimes. It is like that sometimes. All right, Sunrise Showdown. Good to see you. Good to see you. Then we have Joe Winkler, big supporter of the channel. I have to give a big shout out to Joe Winkler. Really, really appreciate you checking in. All right, Dodie Fishing says, I used to fish for business when I had a job. All right, so there we go. So I do see a few people getting active in the poll and putting that they do fish for business. And just double checking the likes, guys. Can I get about 3 to 6 more likes? Just want to get those likes up there, guys. Really make this push this channel out to everybody. And let's see, almost caught up on the chat, and then we will hop right into it. Another big shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He is the current sponsor of the live stream. Really, really appreciate that. Sunrise Showdown says, I fish for the thrill and the learning experience. All right, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, that would be option number 3. Yeah, kind of surprising, I was kind of thinking that the poll would would kind of lean towards the way that it's looking right now. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. Edward Ragsdale Fishing says, I need subscribers like yours. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're doing it big over here. We have some of the best subscribers, some of the best people in the chat on YouTube. We're always getting active and having a great time. All right, shout out to Big Ivy Fishing. He says the thrill and the money so I can fish all the tournaments. Let me see. I want to be my man. I don't, what is that? Well, let me just read it right. I want to be my man. I don't want to work for the fishing, man. Okay, so you don't want to do it for work. You want to get out there and do it for the thrill. All right. Edward Ragsdale Fishing, giving me another shout out. All right. Luis Garcia says, what's up, Bass Freaks? Oh yeah, we're out here having a good time with it. Edward Ragsdale Fishing says he voted for competition. So he's voted for the competition. Man, okay. So that poll is kind of taking a turn. I'm kind of surprised at the at the way I'm seeing that poll kind of maneuver now. All right, Vernon Neal says, I'm always fishing for fun and the friendly thrill of the competition. Not good enough to fish for the real big money. Hey, isn't that the truth? I mean, really, when you think about it, there's only one winner, even if it's 200 boats. I mean, if you're going out there putting everything on the line for it, ooh, you might as well be betting on the lottery. All right, guys. So what we have planned for this evening, I see we have a nice crowd that has shown up. Want to give a big shout out and a welcome to all the new people to the channel that may not be familiar with it. But each week we get on here on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. And, I may kind of be stretching it out and doing a little more for you. And I put out weekly VODs, videos for you guys to check those out. So hopefully, some of you guys have already seen the video that I put out earlier today. Yeah, earlier today in preparation for tonight's live stream. And that is what we are going to be going over. So what I'm going to do is pull up that video and just kind of go through it. And as I'm going through that video, I will kind of offer my thoughts and, just kind of do some live reactions to it. And also, I am going to drop the link in the chat. That's right. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. So if you want to come up and kind of voice your opinion on it, just make sure you are cammed up. And I will just check your audio real quick. Make sure you're in a place where your lighting is good. And we can just have a quick conversation. I'll set the timer on 1 minute and let you go ahead and voice your opinion and, drop you down and bring the next person up. So we'll kind of make this interactive, guys. Have a good time with it. All right. Then Joseph says the thrill of the competition, handing them out black eyes for for the funsies. All right. Dodie Fishing says, uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Dodie Fishing, I haven't even read your whole comment yet, but it does not look appropriate for this live stream, but I'll read it anyway. He says, I prostituted myself taking out big dollar clients fishing tournaments. Gotcha. Okay, there we go. So he was doing it for business reasons. So and basically what he's explaining, guys, is some companies, whenever you're trying to make those sales, and remember, that is what this is all about.
Yes, sir.
Sales, that sales and marketing whenever you're dealing with the fishing industry. So he's taking people out maybe to try to help get those sales. Kind of instead of playing golf, they're heading to the fishing tournaments. And that is pretty impressive, especially for someone that's into fishing or someone who hasn't had that experience, but that would definitely be something that they can remember. So that is a good deal with that, Dodie, taking his business clients out to fish tournaments. All right, then we have Kevin checking in. He says, I fish to get away from the wife. Oh no, he has his hand covering his eyes. That is not good. That is not good. All right, big shout out to, we have DP checking in. He says, good topic tonight, MoneyBass. All right, really appreciate it. Oh yeah, so I'm expecting some of you guys to get active in the chat. Stay active in the chat, and like I said, I will be dropping the link. I'll pull you up, let you kind of voice your opinion for about a minute on there, so we don't kind of run over too much this evening. All right, then big shout out to Cerebral Tackle, very, very big, strong supporter of the channel. All right, he says, I'm here. Okay, he's here, but he's late. All right, Joseph says, Dodie, you're like our Baptist preacher. You're all about the business. Oh, yeah, he's all about the business.
Yes, sir.
All right, then we have Lewis says, fish for the thrill, but would love the money. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all if it was just that easy? All right, then we have the Sabine King checking in. All right, really, really appreciate you. He says, I'm a very competitive person. Fishing tournaments keeps my game up. All right, so you're fishing for the competition. All right, Sunrise Showdown says, glad you took his money. It was about time that you got at it. That's right. So, yeah, I mean, for you guys that saw the live, me and Chicken Hawk met out there on Nearly Henry. I do have some clips for that we, and if we have some time, I'll get into that. If not, then it'll just be a separate live stream. But definitely, if Chicken Hawk comes up tonight, then I'll definitely have to pull it up and kind of do a quick recap for you guys. All right, then we have Steve says the thrill of the competition. All right, thrill of the competition. Let's just take a look at that poll. All right, so you guys are definitely getting active in the poll. So I know you so you can see the results after you have logged your vote in there. But before we get into it, let me just check down here real quick. Let me just see who else we have checking in. All right, let me see. Sunrise Showdown said, I had faith in your money. Oh yeah, I know some of you guys were out there rooting for Chicken Hawk, but I had to put the smack down on him. All right, let's see. Cerebral Tackle says, Big Ivy fishing. All right, so and that's the other thing, guys. Make sure you get out here and you network. You get active in the comments, and that kind of goes along with the topic of the evening. The fishing industry is one big marketing, sales, networking, all of that good stuff, because you're not always going to get the win. So whenever you're taking that ride home with your head drooped down a little bit, maybe if you've made a good connection, done some networking and all that stuff, it really wasn't a loss. So you want to make the most of it whenever you're out there. All right, then shout out to the Condemned. We have the Condemned checking in. He says, out of respect for actual fishermen, I did not vote. All right. So, I mean, we'll just drop in the comments if you were to fish tournaments. I mean, remember, some of these tournaments may pay $500. Some of them may pay $5,000. Some of these tournaments actually pay $100,000 or more. So if you were fishing the tournaments, but I mean, those entry fees, you may have to pay a $250 entry fee, a $100 entry fee, or even, what is it, guys? A $4,500 to $5,000 entry fee, depending on, what league you're fishing and things like that. So what would you go into it for? Bottom line, Outdoor says business. All right. Shout out to Cerebral Tackle. He says, MoneyBass, I'm clipping out. I prostituted myself for future. Oh, no. Come on, man. Okay. So shout out to Cerebral Tackle. He is another content creator. So I was reading one of the comments, and one of the things you guys will find out about content creators is we know how to go in here and clip out certain portions of things that you say and kind of make it in a light that may not be too favorable. So CT is saying he's going to set me up. I'll be watching out for that. All right. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. And he just picked up that new Ranger boat. nice and shiny candy apple red out there doing his thing. I got to meet you out on the lake so I can get a ride in that. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. Really appreciate you tuning in. All right. And again, shout out to the money team. Dodie Fisher says, I've sold way more widgets in my boat than I ever did giving presentations. There we go. Now that's what we're talking about, getting in here and using the fishing as a networking, just a place to network with people. And that is the other thing about this channel, guys. There are guys in here that have actually found out they fish the same lakes, fish the same tournaments, things like that, and they have actually linked up and fished tournaments together, or just met up at the lake, fun fished, all that kind of stuff. So like I said, make sure you take advantage of it. Get active in the comments. You never know when someone may be right down the street or fishing that same trail as you. All right, then let's see. Big shout out to Steve Nielsen. He says, so what did he actually do to lose his sponsorships? Oh, man. Can somebody answer that question in there? But some of the things, I mean, to me, I don't know the answer to that exactly. But what I would say is this industry is kind of small. So somebody always knows somebody that knows that next person. There's not too many degrees of separation in this industry. So if you start kind of talking bad about one sponsor or one product, the other sponsor may look and say, hey, that's too much heat for me. I mean, if things don't go the way that person plans, what are they going to say about my product? So it may kind of scare some people away, because it's real shaky sometimes, the profit margins and things that the that the companies have to go through. So I don't know the answer to that exactly, but that would kind of be my guess, is that maybe the sponsors were getting kind of nervous about what may happen and can't run the risk of having their product being seen in a bad light. All right, let's see what else we have. We have Derek Fulton checking in, saying, what's up, money? What's going on? Shout out to the Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the Facebook side of things. All right, Cerebral Tackle says, recap. What you did to Hawk was a kneecap. Oh, yeah, I kneecapped him. I mean, you saw that talking that he was doing on the live stream when we did the Meet the Anglers. All right, let's see. Uh-oh, guys, wait a minute. Stop the show. We have a new sponsor of tonight's live stream, The Condemned. All right, he has hit the channel with the $20 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. He says, can you keep what you catch at tournaments?
Yes, sir.
That is a big no, sir. I want to hit you with the yes, sir, to kind of throw you, but no, you definitely do not keep what you catch in tournaments. And actually, it is really frowned upon in the fishing industry, because we kind of start looking at those fish as our partners in crime. I mean, we need them out there in the lake so that we can actually catch them and bring them in. And catch and release is kind of a big thing. Caring for your fish while you during the tournament. So we actually have live wells that we keep the fish in. And I'm just explaining this for the guys that know about tournament fishing and everything. Just keep in mind, this channel, we have people on here that, they're just interested in the topic. Sometimes they may not even fish at all. And definitely there's going to be people that do not tournament fish. So there's some things that they're not going to know about that. So the fish, we actually keep them in live wells. We put treatment in there, and we try to make that kind of like an aquarium. We want to keep those fish nice and healthy, because you actually lose points if you bring in a dead fish. If your fish does not make it to the scale alive, that can be a bad day, and the penalty that you receive can cost you thousands of dollars, depending on what level of the tournaments that you're fishing. All right, so shout out to The Condemned. And actually, hold on, let me get in here and do a little work so I don't start losing track, because like I say each week, the person that gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. I am almost caught up in the chat, guys. Let me just scroll up here real quick, and let's see. So we had Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He is currently the sponsor with the $9.99 super chat. Then we had The Condemned drop in that $20 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. All right, so that makes him the current sponsor of the live stream. And let me hop in here real quick to this banner, guys. Just have to do a little work. Remember, this is a live show, so just bear with me. Just bear with me. We're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. Yeah, we've been rolling, just having an extended intro. Just having some fun with it, guys. All right, let's see. The Condemned. Let me make sure I spell that name right. I always have to put some respect on that name whenever somebody shows that love and support for the channel. All right, and let me see. Hold on. There we go, guys. So now if you take a look down at the banner, it says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, the Condemned.
Yes, sir.
All right, really appreciate that. All right, let's see where were we at, guys. Wait a minute. Have to stop the show again. Edward Ragsdale Fishing said, hold up, swole up. I'm not going to let it slide that easy. I'm going to come right back to back and take that #1 spot. Edward Ragsdale Fishing says, hey, I think I want to come in here and show some support and be the sponsor for tonight's live stream. So he has hit the channel with the 1999 super chat. All right, so there we go, guys. I have to hop right back in here and do another update. Really appreciate it, guys. Anytime somebody shows some support for the channel, it just lets me know that you guys are really finding value in the content that I'm putting out. I really appreciate it, and I definitely do not take it for granted. Just give me a second. Let me hop back in here. And all right, Condemned, he said, hold up, swole up. Let me slide you to the side and put MoneyBass back to work and get in here and change the banner right after I changed it. Edward Ragsdale Fishing. All right, so really appreciate that. All right, guys, so now if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see the banner now says, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Edward Ragsdale Fishing. Really appreciate it. All right, so now let me just make sure. Okay, almost caught up in the chat. Just let me zoom through these last ones real quick, guys. Shout out to Big Ivy. He says, let's see, where'd it go? Get this out of the way. All right, he says all he said was he made $7,000 in a year from sponsors. No, actually, sounded like he said in 3 years. In 3 years, he had $7,000. Man, that sounded kind of harsh right there. All right, CT says Hawk was doing his best. Nancy Kerrigan impression. Why? That is right. It was tough out there on the lake. All right, shout out to Joseph and the money team. He says catch and release right into the grease. Oh my goodness. Right after I just finished explaining to the Condemned about how we do catch and release back into the lake. So yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, Joseph is kind of the troublemaker in the chat at times. All right, Bottom Line Outdoor says the top tier anglers have a responsibility to tell the truth about tournament fishing. There are too many young anglers watching them. That is correct. Joshua B. Fishing says CPR, catch, photo, release in the kayak world. That is correct. So they take picture of theirs. We weigh ours on the bass fishing on the, I don't even know what we would call just the fishing out of fiberglass boats, but just the general bass fishing tournaments. All right, Edward Ragsdale Fishing says $19.99 plus $9.99 is how much? Woo! Okay, he's keeping a tally over there. All right, the Condemned says that Joseph, he says 6 fam. I'm saying. All right. And Edward Ragsdale Fishing, he did say he is into this for the competition. All right, and let me hop in here one more. Shout out to the money team. Joe Winkler, big, strong supporter of the channel. He says, from what I understand, his boat sponsor wanted him to do a video on selling boats on YouTube. And he told them he wasn't interested in doing videos. So they walked away. Oh, my good. Where did you get that info from? So he said, I guess that's word on the streets. You got to spell it SKREETS. Word on the streets. But hey, maybe that's a rumor. Who knows? So, I mean, I don't know if that's verified or anything like that, but that is a rumor that Joe Winkler says he has heard from what I understand. All right, then shout out to Gary Phillips. He says 2 years, MoneyBass. This is the 3rd year coming up. All right, big shout out to that for those 2 years. All right. Then we have Bottom Line Outdoor says the water is almost at full level. All right, so there we go, guys. So now let's go ahead and take a look at this poll real quick. And like I said, what we're going to do for this evening is pull up the actual video and just kind of start going through there. I'm going to offer some of my thoughts, opinions on some of the things that were said. And I want to definitely give a big shout out to Jacob Foutz. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but I mean, it took a lot of courage for him to do what he did. And from my understanding from the video, it sounds like he said he's 25 years old. So he's one of the young guns that's coming up in the fishing industry, guys. So for me, I think he's coming out and doing the right thing. He is putting out some information that will help out a lot of anglers that are going to be coming behind him. But if you think about it, there's a lot of anglers that have been in it for a while that may not, that may still be having those same questions that he was having. So big shout out to Jacob for putting out this information for everybody. And also, Jacob, if you are watching, I see that you are out here, you're getting that YouTube thing rolling. If you want some assistance with your channel, and I can just give you some tips and things like that to kind of help you out with it. I might know a little thing or two about how to boost up those numbers. I see they're starting to move. Within the past week, you went from 1,000 and something. I think now you're sitting at 4,000 subscribers. So you're doing a good job with that. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram, let me see, let me just put that down at the bottom of the screen real quick. Instagram, let me find it, guys. Did I take it off of here? Bear with me, guys. Like I said, this is a live show. All right, there we go. The banner at the bottom says contact me via Instagram at official MoneyBass. So yeah, I actually, and let me just say this real quick. Last week or the week before that, whenever your first video came out, one of my subscribers actually sent me a message and said, "Hey, did you see that video that Jacob Foutz put out?" And I think I told him, no, I didn't see it, but I had actually already watched it. But I do not follow professional bass fishing to the point where I keep up with all of the anglers. So I did not know who Jacob was at the time, but I thought that it was a very interesting video. And like I said, obviously, if he has made it to the level that he is at, he is a big dog in the industry. But, little old me, I still reach out to you. If there's something I can do to help you out, definitely feel free to reach out to me. All right, so what we are going to do now, guys, is just bear with me. I am going to share my screen. I see a few more comments have come in here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. Hold on. Let me reset the screen over here. All right, so what I'm going to do is just share my screen, and we're just gonna get straight into it, guys. All right, wait a minute. Stop the show. We have Gail at Night checking in. Very, very, just well known on the YouTube scene, a great moderator for a lot of big channels. She is stepping in here, and hey, she says, please be sure to click the like button. Oh yeah, hit me with those likes, guys. The likes are moving up. Can I get about 3 more likes? Really, really appreciate that, Gail. And she says, follow MoneyBass on Instagram. Hit me with the Instagram in there. So yeah, she is, obviously, you guys can see that she can do her thing on these YouTube channels. So really appreciate that, Gail. All right, so I'm sharing my screen, guys. Just bear with me. All right, have that up. And like I said, what we're going to do is just kind of go through here and just listen to what he had to say. Hopefully, a lot of you guys have already seen it, but if you haven't, I'm going to just go through here and offer my thoughts on it. And what I will do, guys, is I will go ahead and drop the link. And this link that you will see come in the chat, guys, this is for anyone that wants to. I can pull you up and we can basically share the screen. So if you have any thoughts, opinions, or suggestions, things like that from what you were hearing on the topic, I will hit the timer, give you 1 minute on the timer, and let you come up and speak your piece. And just kind of make it interesting. And like I said, I like to make these interactive, and so we can get the most out of it, guys. All right, so let me just change my screen up real quick. All right, here we go. All right, so let's just go ahead and listen to what he had to say. Let's get this lined up. And just want to do an audio check. Once I hit the play button, just hit a 1 in the chat. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Hear the video okay.
All right, y'all. I wanted to talk to you guys about where my headspace is at in professional fishing. I want to tell you guys the truth about professional fishing. Not everyone makes it out to be. Everyone tells you all the good stuff, but no one lays out all the bad. None of the big YouTube guys lay out what it's actually like for a guy like me who pays his own way into the Bassmaster Elite Series, pays all his own expenses. No one sees that side, so I kind of wanted to lay it out there. I wanted to put everything out there for you guys to know for what a lot of these up and coming guys can expect. Is it all going to be the way for them as it is for me? No. Some of the guys coming in, some of the guys working their way up already have a big brand, and it's easy for them. But I don't. So it's something I'm working on for sure. I'm having to change myself as a person. You know, I'm a quiet person. I'm not one to get in front of one of these cameras and do stuff like this. Man, I just want to catch bass. That's all I want to do. I want to catch bass. I want to shoot some ducks. I want to shoot some deer, and that's all I want. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do the social media stuff. It's not my forte. I'm a quiet person. I keep to myself for the most part. I think most of the guys that know me will tell you that I'm quiet. I don't say a whole lot usually.
All right, so let me pause it right there. And I see we have somebody that I will be pulling up. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me change this up real quick. All right. And shout out to the current sponsor of the stream. We have Edward Ragsdale Fishing checking in. What is going on? How are you doing this evening?
How's it going, Money?
It's going pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Looks like you're driving. You're on the road.
I am just heading home. But man, my take on the video, I've watched the whole video when it first come out. And he's right on a lot of it. But he's also, the way he went about things was completely wrong. I mean, you can put the truth out there. But there's got to be a point to where you limit how much of the truth you put out there to keep from hurting your brand and the way you look. I mean, you can do it little bits at a time, but if you try to put it all out there at one time, you're going to look like a complete, I'm going to try to put it nicely, butthead.
Yes, sir.
That's just my opinion on it. I mean, whether you're in BFLs or you're in the Bass Pro Tour, it doesn't matter where you're at. You still have people that look at your content.
Right.
So you just gotta limit what you do and how you do it.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree with that. Cause I mean, you do have to be kind of tactful with things. But one of the things I did notice is when he said off the bat, like, hey, I'm not the type of guy that, that's a camera guy and, that speaks in front of people and all that stuff. So I can kind of see where, as he's talking, you can kind of sense that he's a little nervous about it. But to me, it's like, this is what he knows. This is how he communicates. But I think with time, he will see exactly kind of what you're saying and things will kind of change up. Whenever you kind of first start off, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky, knowing what to say and how to say it type of thing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm new to the whole social media thing too, but you still need to be able to communicate with people and control what you say.
Right.
So
definitely
you have to get used to it one way or another. And there's only one way of doing it, and that's just do it.
Right. Yeah. And so one of the things, like, because I know you have a YouTube channel that you're starting out. And what is go ahead and shout out your channel. It's Edward Ragsdale Fishing on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's Edward Ragsdale Fishing on YouTube. It's also on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, I'm trying to get it on all platforms.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And with that, the thing about it is you have to just keep putting out that content, just being consistent. And one thing that, that some people get caught up in is they want to put out content and try to make it perfect. But you don't necessarily want to do it that way. You have to get those 100 crappy videos out of the way. Whenever you've done your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 videos, they're going to have mistakes in them. So you just have to go ahead and knock them out and get them out there. So, I mean, he already has a built-in platform and he's kind of taking advantage of it. I saw the numbers on his first 2 videos. Those have taken off very well. So if he knows how to capitalize on that, then he's already on his way to that social media thing that he's saying he doesn't really like. But I mean, he's going to be a YouTuber pretty quick.
Oh yeah. And the thing is is another thing too is you got to have so many subscribers before you can even go live anyway. That's what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Is because I want to do a lot of on water type things too, similar to like what you're doing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want to bring the people with me.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. So you can do the videos, which are called VODs, the videos on demands, or what you see here is more of the live stream format. So it's, it's just kind of different things, different options that you have out there. But yeah, I mean, the thing is just get out here and get started. And I see that that's what he has done. That's what you're doing. So everybody needs to start, trying to build their path and kind of put together a game plan.
Exactly. And we're one big community. So, I mean, we all need to work together somehow to help each other. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Money. I'm about to head to the house. You all have a good time and I'll keep watching.
All right. Really, really appreciate it. Want to give a big shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He is the current sponsor of the live stream. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel, guys. All right, so let's see. All right, so that's how we do it, guys. So we're gonna go through here, review this video, and if you guys, let me just drop the link in here again. I saw somebody did come backstage, but they dropped off. So if you want to come in, just make sure you're cammed up, and I will pull you up. Just do a quick audio check, make sure we can hear you okay, see you okay. Then we'll let you state your opinion. So Edward Ragsdale Fishing, big shout out to you. All right, so let's go ahead and hop back into the video. The reason I had paused it right there at that moment is because the thing that he had mentioned at that point is he's not really into the social media thing. But as we can see, as we all know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have watched at least one of those videos. He's getting into it. And that's basically all you can do with it. He is someone that is more on the fishing side that is now going to have to transition over into the social media and kind of, find that balance of the two. So big shout out to him for doing that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull it back up and keep rolling. And I did drop that link in the chat, and I'll play a little bit more of it. Then I'll hop back into the chat again, guys, just to see where we're at. So the link is in the chat, guys. All right, let's see what else he had to say.
But I've gotten to a point where I feel disrespected in the industry, really. And I've worked my whole life to get to the Bassmaster Elite Series. I've worked my whole life to get to the highest level in fishing, and I get here and it's like you just get a pat on the back from everyone in the industry. Like it doesn't mean anything anymore. Social media has changed the sport of fishing so much to where the guys at the highest level don't get nearly the same amount of respect that they used to. Like a lot of the big name guys still do. I'm not going to name any names or anything.
All right, so let's go ahead and pause it again real quick. And let me just point out something that I noticed that stood out to me. He said that he feels disrespected, basically in response to the, I guess, sponsors and people not reaching out to him. And maybe that's the way that it's done in the past. Hopefully someone will come up, and actually I do see someone that I'll bring up in just a second. Maybe that is the way that it was done in the past because of we've changed over time, guys. We've gone from pagers, beepers, to everybody having a cell phone. Remember the days when we didn't have cell phones? When you meet a girl out on, you're hanging out and you meet a girl or two or three or four, you have to remember those numbers or break out a pen and paper. I was always good at remembering phone numbers, guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so technology and everything has changed. So you have to kind of change with the times. So he's saying that he feels disrespected because no one was reaching out to him. But you have to keep in mind that the competition now is thick. Before we were able to kind of follow professional fishing, it seemed like a lot easier. There wasn't a lot going on as far as all these different avenues, these different leagues, different people and everything. But now the competition is, it's a lot more competition out there. So you just have to kind of be innovative. All right, so let me drop this down real quick. And without further ado, we have another person that I'm going to bring up on the screen. We have CT checking in. What's going on, CT?
Yo, how's it going?
Going pretty good. And for anybody who does not know, CT is a very, very strong supporter of the channel, and he actually does he's a commentator on whenever we do the On the Water Lives, the Battle of the Anglers. So big shout out to CT, and he also has a YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel. It is Cerebral Tackle. So you see him in the chat. He's getting active in the chat too, guys. So what's going on? What's on your mind? What do you have to say on this topic for this evening?
It's a double-edged sword. I listen to this gentleman, and while I sympathize with a lot of what he's saying, he does bring out his age and the fact that he's not exactly established as of yet. You add that together with the whole feeling like he's disrespected, that folks aren't kicking down his door. It's part of being young. You got to go kicking down their door. It's not how it's done. And in this day and age, like you and I were talking about earlier today, the gentleman that spoke with me about the Angler Protection Committee over there at FLW,
right?
It's all about marketing now.
Exactly.
It's nothing. It went from the competition that it was back in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, to now just being a platform. And that guy that spoke to me on the condition of anonymity said that if he could catch them as good as Lee does, he would be just rolling bank. But instead, he has to have a large social media presence to pick up that slack.
Right.
And he admits he can't catch them as good as the other guys. So if this young man is wanting to go out and, like he said, just catch the fish, just shoot the deer, just shoot the ducks, that's all well and good. But then he probably is not going to make it doing it like he's trying to do it, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. It would be more so. I don't know if you watched the video that Randy Blockett had put out, but one of the things that he mentioned was some people have deep pockets, so they're able to just fund everything. So they don't have to worry about marketing or any of that stuff. They can not do social media or whatever. But, if you're not, on that end of the, at that end of the spectrum, then you're going to have to be kind of creative and make sure you get out here and make it known so that you are going out after people. And let me just tell this quick story real quick about that. So for me, whenever he's saying he feels disrespected because people aren't coming to him, it's like the same, goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? But how he is putting himself out there, the same dedication, that's the word that I'm looking for, that he's putting into fishing itself, is kind of what you would need to put into the business side of it.
Yes.
And it kind of reminds me of how people know about the music business. Everybody, at some point wanted to do some rock and roll or some rap or some R&B or whatever genre of music that you're in. Everybody wanted to be a star, but that business side is the music is the big. The music is the small part. The business is the big bubble. So the music business, and the same thing with fishing industry. So the fishing is kind of the small thing. The industry is that big bubble that fishing is within. But people tend to have those swapped. Even when you're an artist, you're thinking that, hey, I'm the thing that's important. But no, that business is going to be there before and after you are gone, and it will just replace you like it's nothing. It'll just keep rolling. But what I was going to say in response to that also is, I used to have a vending business, and so I would have to go out there, knock on doors, and try to place vending machines to make my business successful. I had already bought the vending machine, so failure was not an option. So I remember one day I went out to one place, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had got up to like 15 places, and I had been told no, back to back, just no, we don't want it here. One time I pulled up to one of the locations, opened my door, got out the car, and the guy just yelled and said, "We don't want any." And I just sat back in the car, started it up, backed up and left.
No.
And it's like, it can break you. But I was like, hey, I'm going to keep. God was like, that push back against me is going to make me push back even harder. So I kept going. I did not stop. And I went to that was about the 15th stop, 16th, no, 17th, no, 18th, no. And I'm like, goodness gracious, I'm taking a beating today.
But see, that's no, you're right.
Look, so I get up to 20. I hit the 20th place, and I got a yes. I went ahead and placed that vending machine, and I went home for the day. I was like, I was gonna keep going till I got that yes. So it's like you have to have that type of determination, the same way you are on the fishing end. You need to have that sponsorship side, and also with that, there's some people that may have close to zero fishing skills, and you're looking at like, how are you getting all of these sponsors? Mm-hmm. How is that happening? Because they have those sales skills, and yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that isn't something that's known. As far as, to me, I think if you're going into the fishing industry, you should know about sales and marketing. That should be something that you kind of focus on, in conjunction with that, because it's going to have to be there.
That right there is what you hit on, is what's been the natural evolution of it. Because a little known secret was when I very first started writing for Bass back in the early 2000s. Everybody's like, oh, but you got to make it to the Elite Series. You got to qualify and all this. And it was a dirty secret. You could pay your way in.
Wow.
And nobody knew you could pay your way in. It was a dirty secret. You paid your stuff up front, but you paid up front, you were in.
Right.
And And folks just looked at me like I was crazy when I told them that. I'm like, you didn't know that? And so a lot of them independently wealthy folks got in there and then tried to build their name on top of that. But the problem is so many of them went with just their on the water skills, which also meant that sponsors lowballed them all the heck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they knew they weren't depending on that dollar. So if they're independently wealthy, they're paying themselves in. Yeah, we'll give you X amount. You know, we'll give you the chump change to go out and hustle for you, or hustle for us. And some would do it and some would not. And that's how you ended up with certain anglers, where I will not name names, that you wondered why X big name angler with a big personality ended up with some podunk company, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's because he actually believed in them and he didn't need the money.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like a dirty secret in BASS back in the day. And now, how that started there is why the system is set up the way it is now. Because sponsors were like, oh, you mean we're actually going to have to pay these guys? Because now it's not just the independently wealthy coming in paying their own way. You mean we're actually going to have to shell out some money? Well, if we're going to do that, y'all are going to work. And now these young guys that had that false impression of the business are looking at it going, but I thought I just showed up and fished and money fell out of the sky.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where that's coming from.
Yeah. And so I don't know if that was his intention, but that is kind of how it is perceived whenever you're watching the video and just listening to the things that he's saying. The way that it is coming out is though it just makes it seem as though that, okay, I made it, I won. Now, where's everybody at? Where are all my offers?
You're exactly right. Right. Yeah. And as far as how a dude can lose sponsors doing stuff like that too, well, it's real easy. You don't go to work every day telling your coworkers how much you make. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, he pulled back the curtain a little bit too far. You better be packing. You pull back that curtain all the way, because if you ain't, you getting left off stage. And I think that's, that'll happen. People will look at him and nope, I'm sorry, you're getting nothing now. Sorry. Because that's in the contract somewhere they can do that they won't.
Right. Yeah. So it's that thing about being tactful. You kind of you got to know how to go about it in a certain type of way. Man, okay.
We got to take the MoneyBass school of tact.
I don't know about that one.
Unless your name is Chicken Hawk, you're doing all right.
If
your name's Chicken Hawk, you might be an early visit to the proctologist.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, man.
Wait a minute.
That was so brutal.
You said his name once. You said it twice. And then you said it 3 times.
Did he appear?
Oh my goodness. We have Chicken Hawk has stepped in. Now listen, hold on, Chicken Hawk. Listen, we're not going to talk about what I did to you this past weekend just yet. So take your mean face off. These people that are watching, they may not know about the smackdown that occurred.
But is that a mean face or is that a puppy dog laying on his back showing his belly?
I don't know. Let me see. I can't really see.
Let me explain. First off,
all right, hold on real quick. Listen, everybody. We're going to take a brief 2-minute intermission to let Chicken Hawk explain whatever it is he's about to talk about. Now, I don't know what he is about to say, and then we're going to get his thoughts on the topic because I know he wants to voice his opinion. Go ahead, Chicken Hawk. Let's hear it.
First off, you don't have any tact. We have found that out. Okay.
What?
And just because you happen to be in the spot where the fish were,
isn't that what you're supposed to do in a tournament? But I'm sorry.
You stumbled across this spot. Now, and that's where you got all your little fish, your little fish. even though I did get the largest fish out of the two of us.
What was the weight of that?
I mean, so answer the question. Did I? Who got the largest fish out of your fish and my fish?
Okay, but listen. Let's say you
yes or no for who got it first?
Yes, your fish was bigger than mine.
Okay.
The one fish you caught was bigger than all of the keepers that I caught.
So because I'm out there hunting hogs and you going having a little dink fest, you know, I calculate. I thought that there were a lot more hogs out there on the lake, and so I concentrated on larger fish. And whereas I see you went with numbers, so you got your little dink fest going on.
Wait a minute,
you got a little lucky there, but
you can't be coming on here disrespecting me on my own channel during the listen, guys. Please don't sign off yet. I mean, Chicken Hawk is coming here just disrespecting my channel.
It's not
this is just. I mean, I'm in the middle of a live stream. He's coming, but listen, I got it. Do you remember? Rockman was like, Adrian, I can't see Adrian. I mean, that's the type of beatdown that I put on you this past week. This is Chicken Hawk. This was Chicken Hawk right here.
That's okay. Everybody knows it was ended. Remember that.
See, I was likening it more to that scene on Chappelle's show where after Rick James got kicked into that dresser, I think I'm bleeding in my chest.
So I mean, listen, I understand the angst, the feelings, the emotions that you have. But I mean, look, we got people here that want to hear about what is the topic, guys? We're talking about bass fishing tournaments and about marketing and how to market yourself and stuff like that. I wasn't trying to go into, talking about what I did to you this weekend. That was gonna be, I wasn't gonna do it like that. But if you want to, here I come.
Oh no.
Now, this is me right here. And I'm like, hey, man, did you call me? You don't.
All of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature. And I will not be bullied by that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What just happened? Now, I know that's what I did to you this weekend, but that is still no reason for you to come in here just breaking up my show. I mean, I'm trying to have a show, and you coming in here interrupting. Listen, can we get back to the show?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's just act like that never happened, even though it did. All right. So
it's gonna be a payback, but yeah. No.
All right, so we're talking about. All right, CT, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. Let Chicken Hawk state his piece, and then we're gonna get back, try to get back on track. Shout out to CT. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel, guys. Really, really appreciate CT always getting active in the chat and supporting the channel. All right, so you have seen the video with Jacob, right?
No,
what?
I just got on.
So you hadn't seen the video at all?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is what we'll do. I'm going to pull it up and just play a little bit more. And then you'll kind of get the gist of it. And then you can kind of react and state your piece on the current part that we're looking at. How about that? Let's do it that way. All right. So we're going to do a double reaction for you guys. We'll have Chicken Hawk hop in on the festivities for this evening. All right, here we go. Where are we at? All right, here we go, guys. Let me add it on here. All right, so basically, he has won an Elite Series tournament. I don't know all of the specifics on it, but after he has won, he's kind of looking like, hey, you know, I feel disrespected in the fishing industry because the sponsors weren't reaching out to me. I mean, it's like I look around and I'm not getting any sponsors. They're not coming to me. Like, where's all of the, you know, everything that I'm supposed to be getting? And so it's just kind of listening and watching him go through that thought process of what he, you know, thought the fishing industry is in, you know, from his point of view, which may be shared by a lot of people. And this is just my interpretation of it. So, I mean, who knows? He could actually hop into the chat or something like that and give us, you know, a better explanation of things, just kind of clarify some things for people. But we're just going off of how we perceive, you know, his views that he's voicing in the video. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a listen and see what you have to say.
I'm not trying to crap on the fishing industry. I'm just trying to lay it out there how it is and how I am trying to work to change myself to be able to do this long term, because the way it's going right now, I can't. I'm just feasibly, so I'm not going to be able to do it for a long time, and that's a tough pill to swallow to where you realize, you know, everything I've been told. I've been fortunate enough to know several guys that have done this for a living growing up, and, you know, growing up for me, everything I ever heard growing up, like, man, if you want to fish for a living, you know, I was like, I'd always ask those guys, what's the biggest piece of advice you can give someone who wants to do it for a living? And they're all like, man, just focus on fishing, well. Buddy, let me tell you, that's a bunch of crap. That is a bunch of crap. It's not just about fishing anymore. Obviously, you have to fish to be at this level. You have to be a good fisherman. You do. There's no way around it. But at this point in time and the way the sport is, it doesn't mean anything. Being able to fish doesn't mean anything. Because I can promise you there's a lot of guys on YouTube that make a whole lot more money than me that I will fish circles around. I promise you. It's very much become an influencer-based. The fishing industry has become influencer-based. It's not about fishing anymore. It's about having a big brand and a big following. It's about selling product. It's not about fishing, which, you know, that is what it is.
All right, so there we go. So did you kind of get the gist of what he was explaining in that?
Right. Yeah.
All right. So what are your thoughts on that? So you can kind of sense that, yeah, so he's made it to this elite level. He has actually, you know, placed and won big things, to where in the past, maybe sponsors and everything start reaching out to him like, hey, he's the superstar. Let me try to grab him. Let me get this person. But now he's starting to see that somebody on YouTube or somebody on Instagram or TikTok, those sponsor dollars are now going over to them, and they are overlooking the actual tournament anglers now.
And I can see that. I mean, the business has changed. And so now it's you know, you're just winning a tournament or being a champion at that. You still have to go out and market yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to market it and basically sell. That's just a component that you can carry on. That basically like on your resume of, hey, I'm a champion, but I can't be a mouthpiece for your product. And that's how you're going to get sponsors.
Right.
But they got to work at it like that at this point.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And so I guess for me, it was kind of surprising because he's coming up in a time where they're more familiar with social media and things like that. Because remember, we came from a time where we didn't have cell phones. We had pagers. If you were lucky, you know, you saw somebody with a pager, like, oh man, you got a pager. You know what I mean? Right. But I mean, now they have social media, they have TikTok, all of these different things that's available. And it's like we are trying to catch up and learn that end of it. So that's why it was kind of surprising to me just to hear his point of view, to where he was kind of overlooking the power of social media as a big marketing platform, and even kind of as the fishing industry as a whole as just a marketing platform. And one of the things that I remember whenever I don't know how old I was, but I was watching TV, and I remember obviously commercials would come on. And every time a commercial would come on, I'd be like, why do they keep playing these commercials and blah, blah, blah. And so my dad was laughing, and he was like, the reason that the show you're watching is on is because of the commercials. And so I thought that was the craziest thing in the world. I was like, Why? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean the show is on because of the commercial? Nobody wants to even see these commercials. I want to just see the show. Just give me the good part is what I was wanting. And it's kind of the same thing that people need to realize that at this point, at this level, the reason that the fishing event is even happening is because of the sponsor dollars. But and then there are people that want to go back to what's real fishing and all of that. And now you have to start peeling back those layers and kind of going back to getting back to the small local tournaments, those type of things. Because, I mean, just because someone is on TV and they're famous and they have all of these followers and all these sponsors and all that, that does not really mean they are the best fishermen. Some of the best fishermen may be that uncle or that grandpa that somebody knows about that only fishes local tournaments or may not even fish tournaments at all, but he's able to go out there. He may be able to go to this lake, that lake, and just be able to do his thing, but you don't know about it. Doesn't mean he's not one of the greats. You just don't know about it.
Right. Yeah, I hate to admit that I actually agree with you, but I have to agree with you on that one. Unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, guys, look, I'm dropping the link in the chat again if there's anybody else that wants to come up. Basically, like I said, we're just going through here reviewing this video. I know a lot of people have already seen it, but just going through here playing it, and if you see something that kind of piques your interest that you want to speak on, the link is in the chat, and all you do is just click on that link and just make sure that you are cammed up. We'll do a quick audio check, make sure your lighting is good. And I'll set the timer, let you get on here for about a minute and speak your piece. All right, Chicken Hawk. So I know that you want to get some other stuff off your chest. Okay. So I mean, did you want to listen to a little bit more of it? Let's just listen to it. Do you have some time? You can listen.
Yeah, I got a little time.
All right. So let me just play a little bit more of it, guys, and then we'll get because Chicken Hawk has not seen the video. So let me just pull it back up real quick. And just get a little more feedback. All right, let's keep going. See what else he had to say.
I'm trying to adapt to that because, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm going into my third year on the Elite Series. In sponsor dollars, I have gotten in 3 years now up to today. I have gotten $7,000 total in 3 years now. Obviously, there's still stuff to finalize this year and stuff going on. Still working on some things, but up to this point, I've made $7,000. I've earned $7,000 in sponsor contracts. Okay, and let me put this out there. We pay $45,000 a year in entry fees. Not sure if I can say that, but I don't think it's any secret. So in 2 years, I've spent $90,000 of my own money on entry fees alone. Factor in another $30,000 or $40,000 in travel expenses, roughly $15,000 to $20,000 a year in travel expenses. So out of my own pocket in 2 years, I've spent over $130,000. Okay. So tell me how that's feasible for me to spend this much money out of my pocket and still make a living. Like, buddy, this year there were times where I did not know how I was going to get home from a tournament. I didn't know how I was going to pay my next deposit in the entry into the Elite Series. I didn't want to go fishing when I got home because I didn't want to spend any money. Like it's incredibly frustrating to get to this point in your career to make it to the highest level, and then you get there and it's like you just get a pat on the back. Like,
all right, so there we go. So now, what do you think about that? Now that sounds pretty.
Sound like he gonna cry when he get in the car. But, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of rough just listening to it. I mean, and then he does mention that he's like 25. I didn't know he was that young too, but it's like looking, it's like, man.
But it doesn't surprise me, like you said, you kind of shocked coming up in this era that he wasn't more aware of it. But I think in his mindset, he had his idea of what it was going to be, and he probably all his life he's like, I want to fish,
right?
And I'm go out and I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna grind. I don't have time to look at TikTok. I don't have time to look at, Instagram, all this other stuff, YouTube. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna get my fishing going. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna get in there and beat these boys, and then they're gonna pay for me. That was his mindset. And then when he got there, approaching it that way, got there and won, and then all didn't come. It was like a shock. It was like a shocker. Just like what we talked about the whole what is fishing. It's like it was when we talked about that, and when after you really think about it and you look at the definition, it is kind of a shocker. If you believe a certain thing your whole life and you operating in that manner, and then the reality hits you in the face.
Right. You find out that's not the case.
Yeah, and you find out it's not the case. It's not that. And so now you got to switch up. So, and you're at a disadvantage because you did not embrace any of this technology, any of these other advances. You didn't embrace any of that.
Right.
And so now you realize that you have to have that to succeed. Exactly. And you're in your infancy. You don't even know where to start.
Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, and actually a little earlier, I put it out there because who knows, he could, see the stream or be watching. So I know a little bit about YouTube, and I see some things that he can do. I mean, because he does have all eyes on him right now. So if he knows how to take advantage of this moment, he can go ahead and get boosted up there pretty quick. So I put it out there. If you want to reach out to me, I can, offer some suggestions and things that you can do to help, get your channel set up to where you get a little more out of it, and you are able to take advantage of this opportunity that you have now that, you're getting all these eyes on you. And look, I have some more people that are backstage. Can you still stay up? Because what I'll do is I'll bring somebody else up and let them speak. And
who is it?
Oh, you don't have to worry. Well, one of them you do. But no, let me. So without further ado, so let's see. We got Barking Rugers. I don't know if you know who this is. We have Barking Rugers, none other than shout out to the member of the money team. So how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you just fine, man.
All right, gotcha. So what's on your mind this evening?
What's on my mind is we have ourselves a teachable moment.
Gotcha. Your volume is a little low. Are you able to? You have headphones on?
Yeah, but it's
all right,
making a great connection.
Oh, it's not okay. Yeah, I saw the message come up. All right, so yeah, let's just go ahead and you can make your make your comment, and then I'll just drop you back down. But I think we can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
It's gonna be real easy. Teachable moment. Sponsorship dollars. Oh, we gotta drop you, bud. Gotta drop you. You didn't produce.
Oh, just harsh. Just that quick and simple, huh?
That's it. Do work.
All right, do work. All right, so we have Barking Rugers came in and said, "Hey, we gotta drop you. You gotta get out there and do work." He's in and out. All right, special shout out to Barking Rugers. All right, all right. That's one of the troublemakers in the chat. I know who that was. He changed his name, but I know who that is. All right. All right. So let's see. We have somebody else back here. We have Tweezy. Let's see what Tweezy has to say. What's going on? How are you doing this evening?
Man, how you doing, bro? I appreciate you having me on. Let me get on the live with you.
All right. So what do you think about tonight's topic?
Oh man, it's a cool topic, man. But if I was a sponsor, man, I would actually roll with them right now just because of what you said. The spotlight is on them,
right.
And you can most definitely make some of it, but at the end of the day, like he said, it is his fault. You got to move with the times, and if you don't move with the times, you're going to get left behind,
Right.
And the thing is, I don't understand how you don't have that platform when you went in on the elite circuit. You know what I mean? Like you up there already, you with the elites. It's easy. You know, people want to see the people that's winning. You know, I looked at his subscribers and whatnot on his page, and he got a nice amount of subscribers. You know, the only thing you got to do is capitalize on it.
That was on his YouTube?
Yeah, on his YouTube.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you just got to capitalize on it, but he's stopping himself because he don't want to put himself out there. You know, like you already out there because you on the elite circuit, so people gonna know who you are. So the only thing you got to really do is just put your content out there, and pretty much every day is content.
That's
going out guiding. The only thing you got to do is just raw, like he did today, or whenever he posted that video, raw content
today.
Put that raw content. You out there guiding or whatever you're doing, and just post it. People gonna watch it or not watch it. And most times they don't watch it because of who you are and what you done.
Exactly. Yep. Just start dropping them 3 a day.
Man,
3 a day.
Man, look, I'm about to figure it out too. You know what I mean?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I started it this year. Yeah.
Okay. What's your channel? Go ahead and shout it out. Maybe people want to check it out.
Yeah, Twizzy Bass Fishing Movement. You can find me on all handles, YouTube, Instagram. Facebook is just my name, Antoine Hayes, but it's associated with everything else. I'm on TikTok, but yeah, you got to move with the times, man, and people want to see those elite anglers and whatnot. So you know, hey, I'm on my way up too. So
all right,
I'm trying to figure it out too.
All right, sounds good. Really appreciate you coming up. All right, you guys, make sure you check out Tweezy. Really appreciate you.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right. So we had Tweezy checking in. Let's see. Who do we have next? We got somebody else backstage that you might know about. But let me do this before the chat gets too far ahead of me. So what I do each week, guys, the members of the money team, shout out to the money team. Those are the people that you see in the chat that have the badges next to their name. And whenever I start getting behind in the chat, what I can always do is quickly go through there and just kind of pull theirs up and read them real quick, just so we don't get too far behind. So shout out to Joe Winkler. He says, from what I understand, let's see. So I think I had already read that one. I just got to get caught up real quick, guys. Let me see. Where were we at? And then what I'll do, the link. Oh, we had somebody in the back that I was about to pull up next, but let me drop the link. The link is in the chat. So if anybody does want to come up, kind of voice your opinion about the topic of this evening, what we're doing is just going through here, playing a little bit of the video, then you're just giving our thoughts on it. But let me just hop in the chat real quick. All right. So Joseph says, shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing. Pro sports largely about publicity and marketing. Let's face it, we all have fish in some format or we wouldn't be here. That is right. All right. Dodie Fishing, shout out to the money team, says Metro, what is that? Goldwyn Mayer won't let me show my pretty face outside the studios. Okay, so he can't come up just today, guys. All right, let's see what else we have. All right, Joseph also says 3 ways to infamous fame. Win more tourneys than KVD. Oh, yeah, that'll get you up there. 2, go against the grain and speak out publicly. Yeah, that can get you there too, and it can get you out. It can get you in or out. Get to know a goat biblically. Just saying. All right, let's see who else we have, guys. Shout out to Gail at night. She's in here doing her thing. All right, let's see where are we at. Oh, I got to give a shout out to Bridget Allen Fishing, back in checking out the live stream. Really appreciate it. All right, and Bridget is doing it big out there too. Let's see, says you have to work for the sponsors and promote them to get kickback, whether it's word of mouth and now social media and YouTube channels. That is correct. I definitely agree with that. All right, Dodie Fishing says I was way ahead of the marketing curve. I had a Sunday morning radio show out of OKC and would give live updates from the old Bass Invitationals from a payphone. Not the payphone. Promoted mud bugs. All right. Let's see who else we have here, guys. Wait a minute. Stop the show. We have Mark Scott checking in. Big shout out to Mark Scott, a very strong supporter of the channel. He says, good evening, everyone. Really appreciate you checking in, Mark Scott. All right, let's see who else we have, guys. Just trying to zoom through here and get caught up on some of the chat real quick. not gonna be able to get everybody. He said, wait. Didn't Hawk hold up a minnow? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to slide that in there. I'm sorry.
Like I told you when it happened.
That was the accident.
If you bite my hook, you come to my boat. I didn't tell that little bitty fish to bite my hook, but I guarantee he won't do it again.
What's that?
What?
Money making beatdowns great again. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I didn't
mean to put that one up there. All right, let's see, guys. All right, so for everybody just tuning in, what we are doing is we are just going through and reviewing this video. Let me just pop it back up here real quick for you. So we're just going through reviewing this video, getting some thoughts and opinions from the guys in the chat. And if you want to come up and voice your opinion live online, the link is in the chat. Just click that link. Make sure your audio is on and your video, and I will pull you up. And right now, just going through getting a few of the messages in the chat. All right, Mako Mills, he says, Hawk, what's the next lake, man? You're going to get you. Revenge. He said you need to get some revenge.
We're trying to figure that out. We actually talking about that today.
You know how Chicken Hawk is with that running. All right, let's see what else we have.
No, ain't no run. I already see.
All right, then we have Delta Bass. Delta Bass says, did y'all see his video after that where his boat sponsor dropped him after that video? Yep, I sure did see that, but I guess you didn't see that video, right?
Did it? No.
Yeah, he has one where he says they fired me or something like that, and he has a picture of him peeling off his wrap off of his I think it's off of his truck. And yep, said he got fired after this video that we're watching now. So after he made this video, some of his sponsors dropped him. All right, let's see.
Wow.
All right, shout out to CT. He says, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help. Really appreciate it, guys. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm just going through here, guys. Each week, I want to make sure I always, put some respect on the money team. Those are the members of the channel that have the badges next to their name. So I'm just going through here, pulling up their messages because I did get behind in the chat. If you are interested in becoming a member of the channel, make sure you hit the join button down below. It will just give you a little information about some of the perks that come along with the channel. All right, so I see we have somebody else backstage. Let me just check real quick how far I am behind on these messages. 1 second, guys, and then I will pull up the next contestant. All right. Yeah, so Big Ivy Fishing says he has a new video out right now. Right. So what he has started doing, even though I would say it's his third video since all of this stuff started happening, he does, kind of recognize that he needs to start putting that content out. So that is a good deal. All right. Then Joseph says Vernon Neal is going to be on next year's beatdown jerseys. I don't know what they're in there talking about. Sunrise Showdown. Special shout out to the money team. Says, I just got to know, how does the Hawk feel about getting them basses handed to him? Oh,
look.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't read it first. Listen, you guys cannot come down hard on Chicken Hawk yet. Can you act like you didn't see that?
No, I can't.
You okay? Okay.
I can't unsee it.
Okay.
I can't unsee it.
So he said, how are you handling it? How are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm very good.
All right. Shout out to Big Ivy Fishing. All right. So now let's go back to talking about this, and then I'll pull up the next contestant because I'm caught up on the all right. So he said, did he say he got $7,000 in 4 years? He said 3 years. In 3 years at that level, he got $7,000. But he said he spent $45,000 in entry fees, which is that just for 1 year? That's for 1 year, I believe. Yeah, so that's for, but he got 7,000 in 3 years, spent 45,000 in 1 year, and also another 90,000 in expenses. Goodness gracious, where are the funds coming from at 20? You know what I mean? Like, where are you? Yeah, I mean, I can see how that can definitely be stressful. Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and bring somebody up real quick and get their opinion on it. Without further ado, we have Mask Off. Hey, can you turn your phone? Can you turn your phone landscape mode? Yeah, can you turn your phone landscape mode? Just turn it sideways and there you go. There you go.
Oh,
all right. So we have Mask Off in the chat. What is going on?
What's up, man?
Are you at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look like it.
All right. And so real quick, everybody. So this is the subscriber that actually sent me this video. And he said, hey, have you seen the video by Jacob Foutz? And I think I told you I hadn't seen it, right? Or did I even?
Yeah, you had sent me the Randy Blockett thing right when I sent the
Yeah, because I had watched it whenever you originally sent me that message, but I didn't know who he was, so I didn't know I had actually watched his video. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on it? Because I know you were you were like, oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, this dude tripping, man. That dude tripping. And when you just replayed it, I didn't catch it the first time. He said he would fish circles around a lot of these guys that are getting sponsors.
Yeah, on YouTube, right? A lot of YouTube.
He said he would fish circles around. He said he'll fish circles around people that are on YouTube that are making money.
Oh, okay. I misheard him then. Yeah. I thought he was talking about the pro anglers. I'm like, well, if you fishing that good, then you should be cashing some checks. We're not worried about sponsor dollars.
So yeah, I mean, I think he's cashing some checks, but when you're dealing with expenses like $45,000 and $90,000, I don't think the payout funds are going to cover that. I think you have to have those sponsor funds. But I don't know all the details on that end. I can kind of more so speak on just the generalization, the general idea of what he was talking about. But yeah,
it's a few things. Like, well, he act like he's the only one paying $45,000 a year. Everybody else figured a way to get it. He ain't the only one that's struggling out there. So if he got to eat ramen noodles and PB&Js and cut back on some expenses, then that's what he gonna have to do. One, I don't know how he had $45,000 just to waste like that for 2 years. Like, what kind of money you had saved up? That's that was my question. What you invested in? That's a lot of money. I'm not throwing away $45,000 to go work nowhere, especially if my money's not guaranteed. And then
that man said he betting on himself. That man said he betting on himself. And what he thought was there was gold at the end of that tunnel.
Okay. So he figured just take it on the chin.
I put this money out here. I'm a boss on this water.
Chicken Hawk over here freezing up on.
Oh, I thought that was me. Okay. No. Look, I understand. Okay, if he bet on himself.
I said he bet on himself. Now, when he got to the other side, the shocker to him was he's expecting all the riches because he did everything he thought he needed to do to get those riches, and then they weren't there. They're not coming at him like he's. That's the thing that's got him kind of disappointed. And got him all like, wow.
Yeah. Look, I understand he's frustrated, but he's like he pointing the finger at the industry. It's like, bro, you're not the only one. Everybody else is in that same pool that you in. Everybody else isn't adjusted. You didn't adjust. He just wanted to stick straight to fishing. Look, bro, that's not how things are no more.
Right.
20 years ago, you probably could have did that. So
I don't know if he told him that or if he paid attention enough to understand.
So that's his fault. That ain't the industry fault. He was asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
So he can't. And he's saying he not with the social media thing. So when he decides to get on social media, he want to bash everybody else. Like, so you could have took all that energy you just put that video out of bashing the sponsors and bashing the industry and the situation that these fishermen are in. You could have used all that energy and promoted your sponsors.
Yeah,
and they probably would have kept them, and then he probably would have got a little bit more views.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in terms that most of us. It's like chasing, right?
Oh, Chicken Hawk, you starting to break up on us again. Go ahead, we can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Back to Georgia, brother.
All right. So no, it's like chasing women, right? So if you got game, you running up there and you do everything. You got your dress right, you good. I'm hitting that gym. I've been working, but you ain't worked on your mouthpiece. So, but when you show up at a situation, you think it's gonna be all about that, and you get that attention, but then you don't have a mouthpiece to close the deal. And they just walk away. Now, at that point, you mad, you hurt. You gonna talk about it. That's what you gonna do. Because you hurt.
He's all raggedy.
They don't want nothing. They don't know what they want. I lift all these weights up in here. I done got squalled up. All this kind of
They don't know a real man when they see one.
Yeah, they don't want no reaction. I'm real man. They ain't ready for that. So you mad. So at that point, yeah, you could take that energy and say, you know what, let me go work on my mouthpiece. But at that point, you too hurt to deal with that. And that's what he's going through. He did everything he thought. He got that fishing right. He got his situation right. He studied, learned his lakes, got ready, got out there, competed, won. And then when he got there, he's looking for them to all come to him now because he did everything to shine, right? But he didn't work on his mouthpiece. And so he didn't take that energy. At that point, he mad, he hurt. So he gonna talk about what hurt him. Now you see what he's doing. Like you're saying, he's coming out with more videos. I gotta work on my mouthpiece. It's like that. Some people come up with a mouthpiece straight up, don't have nothing else. They realize that mouthpiece does it all. And they come with that, and that works for them. So I understand everything that he's going through and why he did it and why he's reacting the way he's reacting.
But you're saying it. But you're saying you understand everything he's going through. But that was kind of a different thing because he's winning stuff. But I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Bad example. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You see what he did. Okay, that's all right.
Cold.
I'm still going to. Woo, I'm not going to say that. Okay,
but did you go? Well, I know you just saw this video. Did you go see his? I went to his channel straight after that. I said, has this dude been putting in? Has he been putting in the work? The dude got he ain't got a lot of videos up there.
No,
right.
So
yes.
When you saying he done did all the work and then he get there and then the sponsors don't want him, you know why the sponsors don't want him? Because he ain't got nothing on his social media. Well, I don't want to do social media. Okay, then you can't. Then we don't want you.
But you're missing my point. My point is when I'm saying he put all the work in on everything else, the fishing aspect of it. He did not work. YouTube and everything else is equivalent to his mouthpiece. He did not put any work in his mouthpiece. Yeah. And so now when he himself into a position where that light is shining, and they throw that mic in front of your face, you ain't got no mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And so
you don't want to get in front of the camera.
And so then they're gonna stand there for a second, and then what do? Then they just walk off and walk somebody else and walk off like that. And so that's what happened to him, and now he mad. And so I get it.
But whose fault is that?
It is his fault. But what I'm saying is he went through his grieving process where he got mad first. Then he gonna curse him out and all this, that, and the other. Then he sat down and probably realized, well, yeah, I probably do need to work on my mouthpiece. So he's trying to figure out how to work on his mouthpiece. And going that route.
I know in the end the blame is going to fall on the person. But do you think there's any responsibility on mentors and the guys that came before him? Like, for example, with us, with our club, we have younger guys coming in. We have high schoolers that we kind of mentor and then kind of just put them out there, and they don't understand anything about what's going on in that industry. To make it to that point kind of seems surprising to me that there's where's the mentorship type thing? You follow what I mean?
Yeah.
If you hear his video, he admits yeah, I'm not really a people person. I kind of stick to myself. So
Right.
maybe those older anglers would like to reach out to him, but he kind of just off of his shell, and they can't really get to him. So like maybe they would, but he got to open up. He got to change. He acting all sad and stuff on the video. Man, you got to be upbeat, man. If you act like that, even if you putting videos out on the promo videos, ain't nobody gonna watch that stuff. You don't even seem excited. You seem like you just lost a dog
again.
or something.
So that you are further making my point is that it's that situation where he did not work on that aspect of it. That's part of the game, but he didn't work on it. And because he didn't work on it, now when you get there, you think you got everything that you need to succeed, but you got this one piece, which turns out to be in today's world the biggest piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you came in back in the day, it wasn't that big of a piece. I mean, they might put a mic in front of you and just say, "Hey, how'd you do today?" And then you say a few things, you go on about your business.
Mm-hmm.
But now in today's world, it's constant. It's 24/7. Look at it now. We up late still talking about fishing.
But look, you don't even have a channel, and you know that.
Right.
We're not on their level, and we know that. We're not pro fishermen. We're not spending $45,000. So before he put $45,000 to pay to go fishing, but he should have known everything that came with it. All right, what am I gonna need to do to keep this going?
But the difference,
I don't know. It's been 10 years since you ain't had. All you could do is just go fishing. It's probably.
But the difference is, I got a mouthpiece. I had a mouthpiece beforehand, right? Before social media, I had a mouthpiece. I was a player. So, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't make no difference. Hey, look, I used to tell people, put it down on your hand. Do what you got to do.
Okay, hold on real quick. Let's stop the show. We need some clarification because Chicken Hawk is in here speaking all this slang stuff. People, a mouthpiece, when he's saying mouthpiece, he's just referring to the gift to gab, just being able to being out on social media, putting yourself out there. So that's what he means by mouthpiece. So people are like, are we talking about football? What's going on with his mouthpiece? Did his mouthpiece fall out?
Is he a boxer?
So, but I'm saying, so once you, and that's where he fell short. He came into it not realizing that. Some people are quick to realize the game. Some people are, you know, while they're out there, they're talking to other people, trying to get up on game, and they learn association. But just like you were saying, Mask Off, he probably was off on his own. You know, he doing his thing. He focusing on fishing, and that's it. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm about this fish life.
Yeah.
And then now, bam, you won. Now what? You know?
I feel like he was unprepared, and I think he went about. Everybody probably agrees he went about it the wrong way. But I think that's. I ain't trying to rag on him, but that's cowardly to you not putting in the work, and then when you hit, you ain't got all your ducks lined up, and then now you missed the boat. They like, well, they probably went to his social media. Like, well, he ain't really selling that. He ain't even got no videos up. How he supposed to sell my product? Yeah. Why would they sponsor him if they're salesmen? And I'm sure there's bass fishermen that at one point they was like, all I'm doing is fishing. I'm cashing checks on these tournaments. And then when the tides change and now it's more you selling product and stuff, I'm pretty sure those people went and got some kind of salesman guru that they could talk to, somebody kind of mentor them how to sell product. Right. They changed their game. It's like I got to upgrade.
I bet you he probably believed that all of that came with the sponsorship.
Right.
That you get the sponsors and they come to you and they set you up and they get you, they put you in these, they create your channel. They do this, they do that. He probably was thinking that. Whereas at a certain point, the game switched, where it was more you have to kind of be your own marketing agency and market yourself.
Yeah, and so real quick, whenever this happened, I went to his channel the first time that I saw the first video. So I don't know how long the video had been out, but obviously he started getting subscribers, right away.
They were like 2 days apart.
Yeah, because that first video is sitting at around 41,000 views already, and that was the second video. Let me see. The first one is sitting at 39,000. So the one we're reviewing right now has 39,000 views. So whenever I watched that video, I'm a content creator, so I went and checked his subscriber count, and he had 1,000 and something subscribers at that time. So, but now looking right now, just a few days later, he has over 4,300 subscribers.
Right.
So it's moving, but the thing is, it's like he has to know how to capitalize on that, because that graph is moving like that, but it's gonna do like it'll start doing like that if if you don't really
he's got to learn. I mean, look at him. He's got 7 videos total.
He got a Michael Vick.
And one of them it was 2 years ago. Then the next one was 9 months ago. Then 7 months ago. Then 6 months ago. And then 7 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now
it's a him problem. He got to fix himself.
Well, yeah,
because one he not putting the videos out there like he should. Obviously, everybody knows you got to put out at least 3 times a week. So he did that, put himself behind the 8 ball. Then, when he had an opportunity to shout out his sponsors, he kind of rags on them. He put himself in a deeper hole.
Well, he was hurt.
And he a grown man. I don't care. Nobody don't care about them. Sponsors don't care about your feelings. They care about, can you sell my product?
You done ran to the car and cried before.
Yeah, but hey, I didn't get on live and do it.
Man, Pat in here, mask off. He just ruthless. He's like,
oh man, look, man, ain't no participation trophies, man. Like, what do you think this is, man? Them sponsors don't care about us. Can you sell my product? Now, if he did want to, he ain't got nobody to sponsor now. So for Militech batteries, Militech, that's the only ones that really stuck with him. Everybody dropped him. Like, you could have been promoting them this whole time. Now, who you gonna promote?
Well, I mean,
now he got to dig himself out that hole.
Yeah, I think now he's. Say it again.
I'm gonna go get on this channel. Superstar.
I still support him. I want him to do well, but
right.
I don't want him sitting there pointing the finger and crying about it. Like, no, you did this to yourself.
The
sponsors ain't doing nothing bad to you.
Yeah, I want him to be successful. That's why I put it out there. I mean, if he needs some suggestions or ideas, to help boost that channel, to keep it on that upward path that it's moving right now. I have some feedback for him.
Yeah, he need to reach out to you, man. You got a good thing going. Reach out to Randy.
He go talk to Duralast. They're a little mad at me right now, but I'll be back on with them.
Did they drop you?
They dropped me. They told me I got to do a little something though. But
who did? Wait a minute. Who did?
Duralast.
What are y'all talking? Oh.
They told me, they said we ain't gonna drop you because we know you got it in you.
They just gave you a warning. They gave you a write up.
They gave me a little slight write up, but that's okay. I'm going to handle that business too. I still got your set here, so soon they will be coming to you. Soon they will be coming to you.
All right, so we had Mask Off drop in. So your sentiment is he just need to toughen up, suck it up, and do what he has to do. You're not showing any empathy, sympathy. You like, hey, you got to get out there and put in the work on the other side. He don't have a choice. He dug himself into a deep hole, and he got to get himself out. Lace your boots up, get to work, stop crying, put out some videos, keep fishing. Gotcha. It's that simple. All right, people. There we have it. All right, Mask Off. So, yeah, we might have some time to get into another little topic in a minute, but I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna drop the link, see if anybody else wants to come up. Appreciate you, man. All right, yeah, brother. See y'all later. All right, my man. All right, so we had Edward Cohen checking in. Shout out to Edward Cohen. Now, see, he fished on the professional side of things. So he, you know, he's seen it, and he was from, I guess he's from you know, the era whenever more like what Jacob is used to. You know, you make those wins and you have people coming at you because that is the main form of advertisement. So Edward says he had about 700 subs when he dropped that first video. Dropped 3 in 8 days, and he's on Mercer this week. Uh-oh. Shout out to that. He's going to be on Mercer. So, hey, he's going to keep moving up. He says throwing those sponsors under the bus was a good move. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, so it can work in your favor and work against you. But it really, that bad publicity is publicity. So somebody's going to want to have their name out there whenever he's talking. They're going to want their name somewhere in the background on that shirt, on that hat, because people are going to see that name, and they may not necessarily the publicity, the bad publicity spotlight may not follow the name of that company.
You ain't got no mouthpiece.
All right, so shout out to
you did a lot of hemming and hawing when you tried to run up to him, didn't you?
Look, we don't want to talk about no hemming and hawing. All right, so we've been rolling for about an hour and 45 minutes. So we had a good talk on this. I have to give a shout out to the sponsor of tonight's live stream. Let me go ahead and put some respect on their names real quick. Then we can change the topic up just a little bit. So the link is in the description. If nobody else clicks on that link, then we'll go ahead and say a few more things about this. But let me just find it real quick. Like I said, each week, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of that live stream. And while I'm doing it the hard way, let me do it the easy way. There we go. So we had Condemned. The Condemned dropped in with $20 on the super chat. Really, really appreciate that. And his question was, can you keep what you catch at tournaments? So, I mean, you can kind of sneak and catch them, but keep them. But yeah, tournament anglers, we're not too much about keeping fish. All right. And let me see. I know a guy that can fry up some fish real good. Oh my goodness. I did not see that part whenever he sent that message. He said, I know a guy that can fry up some fish real good. All right. Then shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing.
Yes, sir.
He hit the channel with the $9.99 super sticker. Then followed that up and said, hey, I want to take that first place spot and be the sponsor of tonight's live stream with the $19.99 super sticker. And you guys saw Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He was up earlier, wanted to voice his opinion on the live in regards to this topic. Make sure you go and check out his channel, Edward Ragsdale Fishing. So, you know, he's getting his channel out there moving. You know what I mean? So he's putting his name out there, guys. That is the way to do it. Really, really appreciate that. All right, so let's see. All right, so I did drop the link. Yeah, so the link is in the chat. Is there anybody else that wanted to come up? All right. Let's see. Let me just look in here real quick and see what else we have. We have Luis Garcia says you can spout negativity for only so long. He needs to turn it around. That's exactly my point. He needs to know how to take that trajectory and be able to keep it pushing, and because that will run out. And I mean, he could get locked into people may just be listening for him to say negative stuff. And when he runs out of negative things to say, if he has a kind of transition, then, you know, might run into some issues with that. Sam Axe says true bass fishermen will tell you bass is the worst tasting fish. Catch and release. Yeah, I know some people who like spotted bass, though. I've heard that about largemouth, but there's people who say no, they'll keep those spotted bass. All right, let's see who else we have in here. Just checking out to see. All right, Joseph is wanting to hear some of that action. He says, here it comes. Here it comes. Hawk is about to show the hero shot, bringing up that Duralast. All right, let's see who else we have in here, guys. All right, let's see. I think Luis Garcia is kind of, you know, feeling agreeing with Pat. He says, cry in silence and alone. Conquer in public with a voice of positivity. No one is going to hold your hand. The competition is thick. Oh, yeah, the competition is thick. All right, let's see what else we have in here, guys. Let's see. All right, just going through here trying to see if I missed any of the good comments coming in here. And here's your buddy right here. Shout out to Harry. Haven't seen Harry in a minute. He says, what's up, MoneyBass the Hawk? Where is the banner? The banner. So we got the banner scrolling down at the bottom. I think that's what you're talking about. All right. Then Edward Cohen says Randy has a lot of success trashing forward-facing sonar and pushing MoneyBass. Oh yeah, shout out to Randy. Shout out to Randy Blockett. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did make the top 10 of the 2023 of his top channels, and it was funny because actually he was on mine earlier this year when I did a top. I think it was a top 10 or top 5 or something like that. Oh my goodness. He said MoneyBass is being disrespectful to elders. Everybody saying you a senior citizen.
I'm not a senior citizen, but
oh my goodness. All right, so let me just pull up the video again real quick, and let's just play a little bit more just to see if there was anything else, because I mean we kind of got the gist of it, but just in case, let's just play a little bit more of it and see if there's anything else. Hold on just a second. Pull it back up. There we go. Let's see.
Sorry, and to be honest with you, it's the whole sponsor stuff is really, really frustrating because, like I said, it's not about fishing anymore. It's about having a big brand and social media and stuff like that. So through these first 2 years, I've seen a lot of this. This has happened to me personally. I've seen a lot of this. You'll reach out to these companies, like, for me, I'll reach out to anyone I can get a contact to, especially in the fishing industry. Like I said, I don't know a lot of people, so I'll reach out to anyone I can get a contact to, and I've gotten one of 3 things, right? I'll reach out, they'll get back in contact with me and say, man, we'd love to work with you. Let me see what our budget is. We'll get back to you. Okay. And then they'll never get back to you. You'll reach out, and no one will ever get back to you and let you know what's going on. Or 2, for me personally, no one ever gets back to you. It's all on your own. You get ghosted basically. It's like you're not even there. Or 3, the companies will reach out to you and they're like, man, we'd love to help you, but our budget can't do anything. We'll give you some product. How's that sound? Which is fine. It's all fine and well.
Whoo, what do you think about that? Those 3 options, and none of them sounded all that good. One thing I do want to say though, pro fisherman, pro staff. Do you know what pro stands for?
Professional.
No, promotional. You are on the promotional staff. You're not on their professional staff. You're promotional staff. That's why sponsors want you to do something. You're on their promotional staff. And see, that's something that, for me, and it does seem like most people will think that it's professional, but it's promotional staff, not professional staff. You're on the promotional staff. Your job is to promote, and the fishing industry is a promotional industry, just like a TV show is a promotional. That it is there to promote those products. If they don't have any products or anything to promote, then that show is done. It's gone. So pro staff. Whenever someone says pro staff or pro fisherman, they need to be thinking in their head promotional, unless, like someone said earlier, they have those deep pockets to where they don't care whether they get other people's money or not in order to support their fishing addiction. Pretty much, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I mean, nobody else is clicking on the link. I saw Edward. What did Edward say? Edward's trying to give you some tips, man.
Yeah, I did make a mistake there.
He said Hawk should have never put that square bill down and nearly hit it.
He's right.
You want to answer his question?
He's right. I should have committed.
No, that's a statement, but he asked a question. He asked a question. He asked
the most. You had the most fish.
Huh?
I had the largest fish.
I mean, isn't that generally how you win tournaments? With the most fish? I don't understand what you're saying.
If it ain't me, it ain't me. That's the way I was fishing. Now, so that's what kind of got me in trouble there. But he's right. I should have kept that square bill. I should have just rocked that square bill all day long. That killed me, and it should have covered a lot more water.
Okay. All right. Man, well, I mean, I wonder if somebody else has an opinion on the topic for this evening. Who is that?
Hey,
who do we have? We have Harry checking in. What's going on, man?
What's going on? The Hawk man, you let us down.
Hey, he got me. Well, you know how they say. You know what they say about the sun shining on things. Every.
This is what MoneyBass took to you.
Yeah, but look, hey,
that was old school when Grandma said go get a switch, and you got that real limber one, and you got lit up by it.
Hey, even a broke clock is right twice a day. So
man,
I'm just
I had your back, but man, proof's in the
he
pudding.
got a hold of me. But I mean, do no damage, but he
I mean, it was a lot on the line too. I mean, so let me go ahead and do this, guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead and it looks like we don't have anybody else stepping up to talk about the topic. So we're gonna
I will talk about the topic.
Okay, let's go ahead. Well, let's hear what you got to say. What does Harry have to say on this topic?
Well, it used to be years ago, if you was on the pro tours, people came to you, especially if you were successful.
Right.
With all of the platforms now, with YouTube, Facebook, all of the different platforms, it is promotional. You are promoting a product. And if you don't have a following and you're not really working for the sponsor that you're trying to work with, even on off days, you have got to hustle. I mean, wasn't there somebody on the elites that won 2 tournaments, and they were talking here recently, they're having trouble getting sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about winning a tournament. It's, do you really have a following, and are you really promoting XYZ product? Just my opinion.
What do you think about that, Hawk?
I mean, he's right. I mean, it's like I said, like I said, the game has changed, and
it's going to change.
And so you got to change accordingly. Mm-hmm. And so at this point, you have to understand that you need to advertise for yourself and promote yourself, and then you need to promote yourself to show that you have that ability to promote that product.
Mm-hmm. Dinosaurs become extinct if you don't adapt.
Yeah. And the one thing is, victory in your bag just gives you a little bit more credibility. But at the end of the day, you got to still promote that product. You need to have some sort of a person. You got to have a personality,
right?
So that's what it's going to take. You got to have a personality.
I even heard Durlast reach out to MoneyBass after this last.
No, they'll never do that. They'll never
sure did. Sure did. No. We're in negotiations. And actually, Marvel Comics reached out to me too. In relation to the Hulk character, they saw the way that that I grabbed a hold of that leg and was slaying. They were like, "Hey man, you're the type of person that we want representing the Hulk whenever you're out there on the lake."
He's going to be doing a soccer lay tournament before it's all said and done. That's where he's going to get his.
He don't want no parts of that. I kiss Sackley in my sleep. So that's. But trust me, Duralast is gonna stay home they're gonna stay home with Papa. I got that on lock. I just had a bad day. You had a bad day. Sometimes you get them days.
You've had some bad years, Chicken Hawk. Don't say it.
Oh no. So I'm telling you right now, the next time we meet on the lake, and it's not gonna be a long time from now, but next time we meet on the lake, I am going to have to break one up on you. And I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to apologize now.
All right.
I like you. But what I gotta do to you is just Nice.
Well, all right. So Harry, I appreciate you coming up. Let me go ahead and drop you down so I can have a quick conversation. But nice seeing you. I'm glad you came back. I mean, you've been in hiding for a while. Glad everything is good.
Got some stuff going on. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. We'll continue watching.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, Harry.
Bye.
All right, Chicken Hawk. So you want some revenge? But
I'm gonna say that's what James Brown said. I want revenge.
People don't really know what you want revenge for. Let's take a listen, everybody.
Oh man, here we go with this.
Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and cue up a little something. Huh? Let me cue up a little something for the people. Let's see what we have to say. So this is preliminary. So we're gonna go ahead and move into the next segment, guys. I mean, we had an interesting conversation, but what we're gonna talk about now is the battle of the anglers that just took place this past weekend. I know there's some people that don't really know about the results. Some people don't know about the what's it called? The pregame. That's it. The pregame talk that was going on. But let's see. We had a few people that was there in here in the chat talking about the Hawk. Let me see. He says, yeah, the Hawk got beat, but the Hawk doesn't have a channel. Why doesn't the Hawk have a channel? I mean, yeah, trash talk with Chicken Hawk. I don't know why he is not paying attention and getting up on the things. All right, let's see who else we have. All right, then Luis Garcia says, the Hawk, please start your fantasies with Once Upon a Time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. CT said, Hawk catching fish only in his dreams. Oh my goodness, man. Wait a minute. Where are the Hawk fans at? They inside tonight. I'm trying to find them for you. I'm trying to find them. I'm looking. Edward says Hawk should have never put down that square bill and Neely Henry. He wants to know who won. So we're gonna get into it and get that question answered for him. So he wants to know who won. So what was on the line? Let's see what was on the line.
I don't know about all that.
All right, Mako Mill says, so money. If the Hawk wins, will you come on the show and say to the nation, he's your daddy?
Get him, Mako. Get him. What you got to say? Do we have it?
You see all that energy? All that loud talking? I mean, he on here hostile. Get him, Mako. Get him. I mean, woo-hoo. Chicken Hawk is red. Let's see. Look at the face. Look at the determination. Let's see what he had to say.
With the answers?
Yeah, because that's not gonna happen.
Well, then say what you gonna say. Answer Mr. Mako Mills.
Oh yeah,
man, ask the question. Give him an answer.
Yeah, and so what do you want? Yeah, I said yeah. I mean, ain't no thing. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll put you on the show. So Chicken Hawk was gonna have me on the show. He was gonna be hosting it. And I was going to say he was my what? You guys see it right there on the screen. So that's what I had on the line, along with a little side wager that we had. But yeah, I had to say when obviously the other thing is going to happen. What do you want him to say, Mako? Right. Yeah. So I was like, hey, that's no problem. I'll say that and he can host the show. I mean, hey, I was down for it. And what did Chicken Hawk say? Let's just take a sneak peek. Hold on real quick. Let me just slide this over real quick. So now you guys will see what was actually on the line. Let's just see what was on the line.
Like I told you earlier. Let's see what he said.
If you win, Hawk has to crawl on his knees and ask for forgiveness. And he is sorry for coming on your show and selling batteries.
Well, I mean, I gotta get more than just him saying I'm his daddy. I gotta get. I mean, I'll go with that.
Okay. All right, so you guys heard it. He said he would go with that. He wanted more than just the daddy. So he was gonna host the show, and I was gonna be on here just taking the abuse. So now let's just take a look and see. Hold on, just bear with me real quick, people. Just bear with me real quick. Let me see. So, I mean, is there anything that you want to say? You know, I mean, now that everybody has seen what transpired prior to the main event,
I'm not quite sure if that was all. Was that all? Did we clarify everything? I don't remember us clarifying everything. But you know, that's fine.
We had the Sabine King. He was there watching it live and in action. He says after the beatdown, change his name Chicken Hawk to Mosquito Hawk, not the skeeter.
Oh no! Oh
Skeeter
no!
Hawk.
No! Slade. Okay.
All right. Shout out to Big Ivy Fishing. He says, "Get on their knees, man." Oh Lord!
I don't like the twang you put in there. I don't like the twang you put in there.
Oh no! Then Lewis says, "Everybody pass the hat around for Chicken Hawk so he can buy some winning lures."
Hey, I got him.
It's
I just
rough.
did them tied on.
CT said, "MoneyBass, you didn't even let the man scab up before dragging. Before dragging him again. That's not right. Hey man, you got to keep your knee on him." Sunrise Showdown says, "Come on, the Hawk. If you're gonna get big, start a social video." Yeah, where's your social media? He says, "Money gonna keep using that belt until you step up. I'm still Oh no. Oh no. So
I may have to do that.
So yeah, let's see. Let's just take a sneak peek. What kind of things happen? Do you guys see those stats at the bottom of the screen? Can you see the Can you see the
As for him as a question, I think I have the answer, but I'll let MoneyBass.
You can't find the size. Is that the size right there you're looking for?
Oh no.
Is that the size? Is that the size you?
Good, he's offline. Oh, he's back.
That was you going offline. That was you going offline. Is that the size you're looking for right there? Oh my God. Oh my God. Look.
Oh man.
Hey man, what about mine? You not gonna set?
Huh?
You showing hook set? Why don't you show my hook set?
What kind of hook set did you have? He's on your on your one fish. I need the. So what I'll do is I'll do a highlight reel. How about that? You mean do a highlight reel?
Yeah, because I'm noticing how you like when I was playing spades back in the day. You beat me at the editing table. That's what's going on.
All right. So yeah, so I mean that's kind of how the day pretty much went. I mean, it was just that more that.
Okay. Let's is right. Okay, so because you can't base it all on one event.
This is not the first event.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I can bring up some clips of me beating you down.
Gunnersville.
Huh?
Okay. Where the clips at?
I sent you one. On that picture that bring up that clip I sent you. The one when you walked past and I told you get your weight up. When you had those little, I think two fish or something like that.
What lake was that?
Sinclair.
Man, that was back in 19.
Hey man. So what
did we even have digital? Did we even have digital? Was that on film?
Yes, we had digital. What I'm saying to you is this: we need the best of. So you're up 1-0 right now.
Oh, so we're gonna start over. You ain't gonna
No. You're up 1-0.
What happened to Gunnersville? Gunnersville was the first one.
No, it was because you can't say that until you can't tell a person they in a fight after the fight.
So wait a minute. So you're saying I know you said you was concussed, so you don't even remember.
I didn't say I'm concussed. I said I concuss.
No. When I were concussed because you did not even remember the whole Gunnersville tournament. We had to remind you of the whole thing. You didn't remember running. You didn't remember talking and giving a full interview. But do I need to pull up the interview before the tournament? You gave a full interview. Now you gonna act like you didn't know that we was in a competition. You gave a full interview. You ran.
So look, okay. If you scared, say you scared. What I'm saying is this, because that'll set you free. That will set you free. Go ahead and say you scared. Sometimes it's good. It hurts at first. It hurts, but it's good to go ahead and say you're free. Set yourself free.
This is somebody that's rooting for you. Look what he said. He said MoneyBass gonna be scrolling all night if he's trying to find Hawk catching anything other than a beating.
No,
and he is rooting for you. He was rooting for you. He said, Harry said the Hawk needs a cloudy pre-spawn bite in muddy water to get. Oh my goodness, just blind casting, just trying to make something happen. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you.
He said he concussed because he slacklined a minnow. Yes, that was
that minnow bit.
Now you know
you bite my hook, you come in my boat. That's my rule. That's my number one rule. You bite my hook, you come in my boat.
Oh,
see, now a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say that. Like people talking about, I did miss one. And that was the only reason I missed that one. Pulled my bait out of water before he bit it. And by the time, because I was fooling around talking to you. If I wasn't talking to you, I'd have caught that fish. But I pulled my line out. I was looking back at you and I pulled my line out. And when I turned back, I saw the fish come up and do like this. And that's when I was like, oh, because I don't do this thing called missing. Like y'all be talking about missing. I ain't got, he bit me, ain't got off. No, when I set that hook on them, oh, they coming to the boat club. Coming, they gotta go see, they gotta go. That's what's happening. But not like I told you.
Listen, Tweezy is even on you. Tweezy, first time checking into the live stream. He coming out saying, time out. That mouthpiece slipping a bit. Oh my goodness.
That mouthpiece ain't slipping. I'm all day, baby.
Look, what's the pause? That's the right term we need to say with this one. CT said, I bet Hawk didn't know MoneyBass was also a proctologist. Pause. You gotta put pause at the end of that, CT. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Joseph says that you were singing, I got zeroed in different area codes. Area codes. I got zeroed. I got zeroed in different area codes. I got zero.
I don't zero. Say I never zero. But like I said, sir, you're up 1-0 right now.
Wait, I do realize you were concussed. Do I have to bring the footage up about Gunnersville? Why are you?
No, I'm telling you this. If you're a bad man, right? Right? That's what you say. You say you're a bad man.
Listen.
So you up 1-0. Okay. You up 1-0.
Why are you so determined to get rid of Gunnersville? Gunnersville is your home lake, and you don't want to count Gunnersville because I came out there.
No, I mean, because you can't look. The point is, we knew in the last at Neely Henry that we were actually in a battle. Okay, it was clear. It was clear as day we were in a battle.
So you didn't know with the full interview you did that morning. You're saying you did not realize that your interview before the tournament was the interview about the battle that we was having. Is that what you're saying?
I was just messing with you. I understood it. I knew it on Neely Henry. So what I'm telling you now is, if you, and this is only if you're comfortable and you're not scared. then it shouldn't matter. We saying go first to 5.
So why not just start back off at 0 if you're saying it don't matter?
Wait a minute, what's Sunrise talking about? Missed a few fish. I don't remember missing. I only missed that one.
You missed fish, and then you would say every fish that bite my hook getting concussed and coming to the boat, and then next thing, I missed it, man. That was the big one. That was the big one. Oh, but we like, how
I only said that one time.
Which one is it? You're saying
I only said that one time.
Touch your hook is getting concussed and coming to the boat, but then it was a big one. It came. I missed it.
I only missed one fish. I only missed one fish. I'm telling you.
What is that? What are those things on there?
I don't know. What are they? What are they?
Can you tell?
Mm-mm.
They violins, and that's a lot of them. Do you need some cheese to go with that wine? All right, Sunrise Showdown says, sounds like another challenge. Yeah. So he wants to go at it for a third time, but he wants to act like he doesn't remember the first one. So the next one right now, it looks like it's going to be Logan Martin, because that was his lake. Remember, guys, that was the original lake that he kept talking about. And this was something that I'm interested in knowing. What was your strategy in finally picking Neely Henry? Because you aren't even familiar with that lake. What made you pick that lake?
It fishes to my strength. Now, the problem is that with that fluctuation of the water, that's what got me. And I was concerned about
the fluctuation of the water on Neely Henry.
Yeah,
I was.
That's why you only caught dinks. You know why you only caught dinks? You know why you only? Because we should have been fishing more in the river.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's stop for a second. You're saying I only caught dinks, but they just saw the stats that said you only had dinks. Are you still concussed? Are you still concussed? Where is this craziness coming from?
What I'm trying to explain to you, sir.
Okay, what are you trying to explain?
I'm
because
trying my best
you're
to
saying
explain to you,
they
sir.
already saw your stats, and they saw that yours said all dinks.
I understand. No, not all. Well, that was at that point.
No, it was
that I did. I had.
Wait, so listen, I do understand.
I had the biggest.
You all of you.
Who had the biggest fish they live with? That's all.
I do understand why you're standing there looking at me, trying to talk. I do not have time for talking. Let's see what I had to say.
Creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
God.
Puny God.
Oh. Is that why you don't remember who had the dinks? Because you are still concussed.
No. I mean, we were both catching kind of dinks, but the point is that those larger fish were they were in that deeper water.
I noticed that you kept saying you knew. What is the blue tent? Does that have something?
You don't know what the blue tent? I know you don't know nothing about the blue tent. That's where you go when you get concussed. Like I said, that's why I told you.
Exactly. That's why I don't know anything about the blue tent.
That's why I told you I'm gonna paint my live wells blue, because every fish I catch, I concuss them, and I put them in the blue tent, baby.
You just said it right. You said I don't know anything about the blue tent because that's where you go when you concuss. You sound like you know all about the blue tent. Now let me ask you: is blue tent, is that in football? What is that?
Yes, that's football, sir.
So we do need a blue tent, CT. We'll see if we can get a sponsor, somebody to sponsor a blue tent for the next one.
I'm telling you right now. So what are we going to 5?
Logan 5.
No, I'm saying, okay, how many?
So if we do 5, then all I got to do is just win one more, and then it's over.
No, what are you talking about?
Listen, I'm going to continue stomping you for a lifetime. So it don't matter how many numbers you put on it.
So why you saying it?
It's going to keep going.
So what I'm saying is, okay, so the next is that, like you're saying, Logan Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You messed up now, but you messed up. We do it.
Didn't you say that about Neely Henry? You're the one who picked it.
Now listen.
So real quick, what was the reason you picked Neely Henry again?
I told you it under normal conditions, which we were in abnormal conditions. We went from 80-some degrees to like 40.
But we were fishing the same lake, though.
I understand. You just haven't been inspired. You caught a dink. I caught dinks, but you caught dinks that happened to few of them that happened to get to be like 12 inches, which I still am suspect about a couple of those fish you had.
The tournament director weighed and measured my fish. So how could you
I
be
didn't see him weigh? He just went on and went with it. I think he feels sorry for you.
Sir, why are you changing the subject? Why did you pick Neely Henry?
I was a little suspect. But what I'm saying to you is because it fishes to my strength. That's right.
Okay, so you guys heard. That's why he picked Neely Henry. He has only been to. Okay, I would tell you guys. Listen, let me just tell them why you actually picked Neely Henry. Now, if you guys have been following all of these different times that we have come on here, and he has picked this lake, said this lake was his lake. Now, Gunnersville is his home lake, but he didn't want to claim that one. He tried to, this is what he did, because we had a conversation one day. He tried to pick a lake where he thought that I would not be able to catch fish on. That is why he picked Neely Henry. He did not pick a lake based on how he thought he would perform well. He tried to pick a lake where he thought I would not be able to catch anything. And we know that's what you did. We know that's what you did.
Because Neely Henry, Logan Martin, and Dowie all fish the same.
And I beat you on all of them.
No, you have not. Now,
which one haven't I beat you on? You know I have video, right? Okay, hold on.
But hold on.
You sure?
So what I'm saying,
wait, hold on.
Now that's
do you know? Listen, guys, do you see how when I said I'm about to pull up the video, he's like, hold on, wait a minute. I
didn't know if that was a contest. Why won't you bring up?
So just a second ago, you didn't even remember Gunnersville. Now, how do you not remember with Dowie too?
I remember look, what I'm saying to you is this.
So just hold on. Did I beat you at with Dowie or not?
I don't recall you beating me at with Dowie.
What do you recall happening at with Dowie?
I don't remember.
You want me to show you?
No, I mean it was a while ago.
Do you remember running?
And with Dowie?
Yeah, at the weigh-in. Do you remember that part?
I don't remember that part.
Do you need
I remember it.
You want
and another one is what's the name of that other lake that I beat you on? What's the name of that? Not Hart. What is it? Harding. I beat you on Harding. You remember me beating you on Harding? Do you remember me beating you on Harding?
Oh, shit.
Yes or no, sir? And I beat you on Lanier. I did. I beat you on Lanier in that classic. You remember? You didn't appreciate it, but it happened.
Uh-oh. Does that say Lake Dowie Bass Fishing Tournament? Is that Chicken Hawk standing at the weigh-in thing?
Ryan, can I borrow a couple?
Who is this right here?
One fish.
Borrow a couple.
One fish.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Hold up, Ryan. So you take him back.
Okay, hold on. He pulled out one. All right. Let's keep going. Wait a minute. Why is he picking this? Why is he picking up the basket? You know, so let me ask you, were you concussed or you don't remember this tournament at all? Huh? do you remember? So this is the thing, guys. He does not even see me standing right there recording him right now. He doesn't even notice this. Listen to him. Listen to him, guys.
Got one lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got one fish roll.
Chicken Hawk. What you got, man? Fish Hawk.
108. 108. 108, that's a good fish, right?
Oh, man. Was he filming it? Yeah, man. That dude right there, bro.
What you want to say to your
special, man?
What you want to say to your people?
He's special, man.
All right, we are concluding the day here at Lakewood Dallas. Got Chicken Hawk. All right, now what you got to say to your people?
My 5 pounder got off, man.
It did. I lost that 5 pounder.
Hold on. You just said any fish that bites your hook, even at this tournament, you were always talking about what you did not get.
The line broke. What can I do about that point? The line broke.
My 5 pounder got
And
off.
then you said, you're not even speaking English. What you got to say to your people?
My 5 pounder got off, man.
Why are you stuttering? What happened?
It broke off. If I'd have caught that one fish, man, plus this one, I'd have beat you. But if it was a fifth, we all be drunk right now.
Look, since you want to pull up things, why don't you pull up Harding? I noticed you don't want to pull that up.
Okay, let's see.
Find Harding. That's what I want you to find. You want to impress me.
But I mean, how is it that you don't remember
I see
any of this stuff?
Hmm?
How is it that you don't remember these things?
I didn't remember all of that happening. What happened to you? Did you find it?
Just relax. I'm looking for you. I'm looking. Let me see. Chicken Hawk.
Hmm?
I don't think that exists.
Oh, it exists. Oh, it exists.
Are you sure you weren't concussed?
I'm positive. You know what I'm talking about.
Don't
Harding. You remember?
Calm down. Don't get too excited. Because when you in the blue, what you call it, a blue tent, you're not supposed to be excited. You gotta remain calm. No, everybody has seen your memory from being concussed, and they are saying that this is senior citizen abuse. So, guys, in order to not upset him too much and cause further problem, we just gonna say Chicken Hawk 1-1.
What? No, bring it up. Bring it up.
I mean, I take your word for it. You beat me down bad.
See, I
it was terrible. My feelings was hurt so bad. I mean, you just, huh?
I see what happened.
What? No, you did it. We believe
You don't
you.
want to show it. See,
Okay, hold
you
on.
wanna
Hold
show-
on. In the chat, we believe Chicken Hawk. Put a
No,
1 in the chat to
I
show
don't
that
need
we
you to
believe.
me. I
We
need you to
believe.
feel me.
We believe Chicken Hawk.
I'm telling you, man.
All right, there we go. Oh, there go a 1 in the chat. Somebody believe it. See, I told you.
I know they believe the truth.
Look at that. There's a 1 in the chat right there.
Hey, man.
They said they believe you.
Look, no, like I said, that's why I'm taking over your channel, and I'm gonna tell the people the truth. That's what we gonna do. When I
Harry remembers. Harry remembers. Oh my goodness.
And then, like I told you, you got the video footage of you got the video footage of Sinclair when I spanked you.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you got me a Sinclair. I think you had 5
That's right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what that's why I'm trying to tell you. So none of that matters. That's all past. And you just won last weekend. So you won.
So you wanted to start over. I mean, that's what I told you. It's fine.
Okay. Call it what you want. You're 1-0. I'm giving you 1-0. You 1-0. And I asked you, what are we going to? That's what I asked you. That's all I asked you.
Oh, now, I see what you're saying. You want to put a cap on it.
I just want to say, at a certain point, it's got to be over with. It's got to be, look, I got this many wins over you. Eventually, it's got to end. This abuse has to end. So I need to know at what point is that abuse going to end.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, so we're going to erase all of the prior beatdowns, and
that don't have nothing to do with anything, because it's like now we know what we're doing, right? We are going. You, sir, are now my arch enemy. I will destroy you.
Wait a minute. Can't we all just get along?
No, we cannot. I am at this point. It is my sole mission in life to destroy you.
But it's just fishing.
It doesn't matter. You got to pay. You got to pay. So that's right. You call the police if you want to. It don't make no difference. Because they go, oh, look, you might want to call the coroner, because it's gonna be some carnage. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
so, what is that number, sir?
But why do you sound so hostile? I thought we was just fishing.
Nah, we ain't fishing. I'm fishing. You try to survive, but my sole purpose at this point is when I see you on the lake, is to destroy you. But even if it's a kid's day, I don't care. I'm going to destroy you.
Even if we taking out some high schoolers to go fish,
it doesn't matter. If I'm walking outside and I happen to see a ditch and I'm out there and you happen to be down there catching some crawfish, I'm gonna destroy you.
But
you understand me?
I don't. Why are you so hostile?
I just gotta be. I gotta be at this point. So, because I gotta put you away. I gotta put you away. Somebody has to do it, and I guess it's up to me. It's up to me. I got to destroy you. Yes, sir. So, what are we going to?
All right, chat. How many beatdowns would y'all like to witness? We're starting over. So forget about all of the other footage and all of the other things that you have witnessed.
Yeah.
We're starting back over at Neely Henry. How many additional ones would you like to see?
So I say it should be 5. I should say the first one to 5. There it is right there, baby. Now, when I beat you 5-1.
Wouldn't it be 4-1? Is that your 50% catch ratio math?
No, I'm saying the first. I said the first one too. I didn't say the best out of 5. because then I'd only it would be 4-1. Yeah, it would be like or 3-1. I would win at that point. So I'm saying first one to 5.
Uh-oh.
What?
I tried to tell you that it didn't exist, but somebody went, chicken hawk. I was trying to give it to you. But
what are you talking about? I do not recall it.
The mass bass kid went back and pulled up some records on you. Oh. That's ugly.
Is he sure about that?
I think he's sure. Oh, let's just act like that didn't happen. Okay, well,
it doesn't matter.
Right. We didn't see, everybody in the chat, just erase what you didn't see what you saw. You didn't see it.
So, like I said,
oh my goodness.
No, sir. I'm here to tell you.
Oh my goodness. Who do we have checking in?
Yo, there you go.
I fish, I cook.
Bam, there you go. We can do that.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a question for you. I fish, I cook. Did Chicken Hawk catch 5 fish when he was on the fishing with y'all?
We didn't. We had to get in 3.
Chicken Hawk, hold on. Hold on.
We only needed 3. We had a limit of.
But what did you say you caught? The mass bass kid is aware that you said a number. I just want to see, because I fish, I cook was there. I fish, I cook. How many fish?
Look, are you gonna do like he said? Best out of 7 NBA Finals, baby. Best out of 6.
I mean, the more numbers that you keep adding to it, the better chance you have. But the numbers are gonna keep, the scale is gonna keep doing like
all that means is I just need to win 4 straight. That's all. I look. So we doing it or what?
I don't think your partner want to tell on you.
Are we doing it or what?
I mean, yeah. So we said the best out of 5, and
so we do best out of 5. We're gonna do best out of 7. I was saying first to 5. But
do you know how many years it took to get you on one lake?
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna get.
You're gonna be in your 70s by the time we get to the 3rd lake.
I'm saying we will get this done within.
Oh, look what you got. You got a ride or die for you. You got your ride or die.
It's 5 of them. So
he said he ain't gonna tell on you, but I'll tell him what you said. Now he gonna tell us that he caught 5 fish, but didn't want to tell anybody, is what he said.
What are you talking about?
Who does that?
I said in the tournament that we were in, we had to catch 3.
You said you had to bring in 3.
We had to bring in 3.
Right.
Right.
But how many did you say you caught?
I said to you.
How many did you say you caught?
I don't recall.
Why he acting like he froze?
I don't recall what I told you.
I can tell you what you told me. You said that you only had to bring in.
Because we didn't.
I agree with you that what you
I think
said didn't make sense. Listen, I agree with you that what you said did not make sense. You told me, you like, oh, I've been caught 5. I caught 5 at that turn. I caught 5, but I only brought in 3. I only had to bring in 3. That is what, and I was like, really? I was like, so you saying that you caught 5 fish and just didn't even mention it, didn't bring it up. Nobody even knew about it. And all these months later, you're going to talk about you had 5 fish. Now, you know, you should be ashamed of yourself. Listen, you should not lie on your fish.
I didn't lie on my fish.
You remember that back in the day? Don't lie on your fish. Yo, that is a shameful act. That is a shameful act. I fish. He was in here lying on his fish.
I didn't lie on my fish.
I fish. I cook. Do you condone this behavior? That is correct. You did say it was a 3 fish limit.
Exactly.
Then why did you tell me you caught 5? Oh, I've been caught 5. I just brought 3 of them to the scale. I only had 3. And I was like, really? You caught 5 fish on Gunnersville? Because see, I fish, I cook. I'm gonna have to tell it. Chicken Hawk had 635 days to catch 5 fish on Gunnersville.
I haven't been to Gunnersville.
635.
I've only been out.
The bet was that he would not catch 5 fish in 635 days.
Man, what are you talking about? I've only been to Gunnersville twice since I've been.
Gunnersville is your home lake. No excuses. You had 635 days.
I haven't been to Gunnersville.
You had 635 days. Listen, you had 635 days, and then you just said, "Oh, I've been caught 5 fish. I caught them. I just brought 3 to the scale." And really, you had 635 days to do it, and you made it seem like you did it.
Hey, I tell you what. Is Gunnersville gonna be one of our lakes?
Is what?
Gunnersville gonna be one of the.
You want to make Gunnersville, man.
I just asked you a simple question. Don't think because you got that one lucky time at Gunnersville, don't pay off for you.
Do you realize you keep saying the word one, and every time you say one, I bring up footage showing you that it was more than one, that it was more than 2, that it was more than 3. It's like no matter what lake you name, I bring up footage and show you of you running at the scale. Talking about my 5-pounder got
Hey, so look, so we're gonna do Logan Martin.
Look who we have checking into the live stream. We have the Bass Hunter, guys. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. He's out there doing it on YouTube.
Look, Bass Hunter is not gonna be 5 beatdowns. Trust me. And then Bass Hunter said he was trying to get.
Oh, so you saying you gonna take out the Bass Hunter?
Was Bass Hunter that said that the other day?
Yeah, Bass Hunter been on you too. But you sure you want to mess with the Bass Hunter?
Hey man, look, everybody wants.
He'll stomp you out at your own game. He don't even. Bass Hunter don't play.
Everybody want to get. I'm giving it away.
No, we can't really hear you too.
Anybody that want to get it can get it. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you, baby. I ain't scared of nobody.
Ooh,
I ain't scared of nobody.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Look, we've been running for it's almost been 3 hours, 2 hours and 40 something minutes.
Messing around with you.
All right. Bass Hunter says, I want some of that chicken. He said, I want some of that chicken. I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce on him.
Look at him. Okay. All right. Watch what you ask for.
He said he gonna break out the barbecue. He gonna put the barbecue sauce. Put some. He says, MoneyBass versus Chicken Hawk Challenge 2024, Gunnersville, Neely Henry, Logan Martin.
Bam. Bam. I thought we with Dow in there for that. Throw some of that up in there too. You don't want no parts of that. That'll be the 4 that'll take you out right there. Right there. That'll be the 4 that'll take you out.
This is just terrible. That's what it felt like.
I don't know that. You about to find out. You're really about to find out, young man.
All right, peoples. We've been rolling. It's time for me to head on out. I really appreciate it. All right, Chicken Hawk, you want to say anything to your peoples?
I think LL said it best. Don't call it a come. I've been here for years.
We won't call it.
I'm just gonna tell you, baby. It ain't gonna be nothing nice. They don't be one of them 7 MCs. You understand me? That's all I'm telling you. Like Rakim said, don't be one of them 7 MCs. You working on it.
Let me just take a look real quick. All right.
Somebody said they wanted me to be president. I might do that too. That would be nice for the classic.
Oh yeah, man, we rolling. Goodness, we got 47 likes in here. Isn't that something? Really appreciate it, peoples.
They gonna like that beat down too.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna set it up, guys. We're gonna set it up, and what I'll do also, anybody that fishes, has a boat or whatever, I'll do a live, and what I'll do is make it open for everybody. You could just be on whatever lake that you're on, and we'll all just hop on here and have a live, have a good time out there on the lake. So I'll put that together. I may have to do a test stream with the money team. So all the members of the money team, send me a message on Instagram. Let me know if you have a boat and what your home lake is. And yeah, we'll put something together. I'm trying to find my Instagram. Where is it at? It is at official MoneyBass is my Instagram, guys. I put it up there before so you guys could take a look at it. But yeah, just hit me up on YouTube, Instagram, something like that, and we'll put something together. All right, guys, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. It has been a great live stream. Had a good time. Had a great topic. Had a lot of people come in, wanted to voice their opinions, and we will be back again next week. But I'm going to start amping it up a little bit, guys. I'm going to do some pop-up live streams with some hot topics. And for all you guys that have questions about that mega live, I have some footage that I'll put out for that too. So maybe I'll do that for tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, Chicken Hawk.
All right, my man.
Deuces.